5 and above. But जब कंपनी आ रही है माइक्रोसॉफ्ट और लिंक्डइन और गूगल और ये जहाँ पे पहले 15 स्टूडेंट जाते थे वहाँ पे आता है क्या आगे का पता and reason is same which I'm saying. The students who are having 9.2, 9.3, they are not able to get job. 8 है 8.5 as well क्या तो मतलब marks correction marks तो आई है. I think more than 80% of the students are eligible for all the places. Maybe जो बाकी 10% students हैं वो सब में नहीं होंगे maybe 50% of this. The things which may be useful for all of you. इसकी जरूरत पड़ेगी मतलब वहाँ के लिए कोई बात इसकी जरूरत नहीं है बस माउस वो नहीं है वो नहीं है अच्छा इसके खड़े होना पड़ेगा अच्छा चलो ठीक है
या कीबोर्ड से कर सकते हैं
हाँ कीबोर्ड से कर लेते हैं ये बस अच्छा ये भी वो नहीं ठीक है चलो So basically, we will be discussing something related to the academics. 4 साल आगे कैसे जा रहे हैं? What is the system basically? How your grades will be converted into your CGPA or marks will be converted into your grade? I think exam कौन सा लेगा? Exam की जरूरत नहीं होना चाहिए. पढ़ा भी आगे भी चलो. तो grade कैसे आता है? Basically 12th में आपका जो ग्रेड है 19 above is 18 above is something so वहाँ पे fixed है. We have some different system so that we'll briefly discuss. चलिए. So program, course code, assessment system, credits, grade, SGPA, CGPA. Know about SGPA? Full form क्या होती है? Semester grade point and cumulative. So for every semester you will be getting SGPA. For all semesters cumulatively, say first semester your SGPA is say 7.5. For first semester CGPA will also be the same. But for second semester SGPA is of that semester and CGPA will be first and second का मिला के जो बनेगा. So seventh semester में seventh का अपना SGPA होगा and from first to seventh semester there will be one CGPA. So every semester your CGPA will be changed based on previous semesters and semester का SGPA calculate होगा. So generally we use CGPA because it is cumulative. Now the curriculum. You have seen the syllabus of all the subjects. Syllabus में there are various categories of courses. Basically, यहाँ पे program is your BTech and course is your applied math. BTech is not a course. So nomenclature generally, what course you are doing? You are doing BTech. But BTech is a program. Course is a subject. So subject word use नहीं करते हैं, we are using course. So basically for BTech, the total credits are roughly around 165, maybe 164, maybe 166. So it is slightly varying, but more or less it is around 165 credits in total for all the 8 semesters. So that is one single thing. For MCA, it is around 43 credits. For MTech again it is 40 के आसपास होगा, and BR it is 40 into 2, so roughly around 200. So every course is associated with certain number of credits. यहाँ पे आपका ये important है कि कौन सा कोर्स कितने क्रेडिट्स का है. से अगर आप टीचिंग स्कीम देखेंगे, your applied maths is of 4 credits, physics is of 4 credits, but web application development या जो इलेक्टिव वाला जो aspect है वो शायद 2 क्रेडिट का है, 2 या 3 का होगा. So subject की importance is associated with its credits associated with it. So if a subject is of 4 credit, total marks will be 100. A subject is of 1 credit, again the total marks will be 100. Exam हमेशा 100 marks से मिलके result आएगा, आपको हमेशा 100 marks आएगा. लेकिन a subject is having 4 credits, is having 4 times more weightage than the subject having only 1. So basically weightage of the subject, उससे आपका CGPA calculation होगा. अगर आप एक क्रेडिट वाले 4 सब्जेक्ट्स में A+ ग्रेड ले आए और एक 4 क्रेडिट के कोर्स में आपका C ग्रेड है, इम्पैक्ट आपका नेगेटिव हो जाएगा. अगर आप 4 कोर्सेस 4 क्रेडिट वाले वहां पे A+ ले आए, एक क्रेडिट वाले कोर्स में आपका D ग्रेड भी है, और थोड़ा सा. तो यहाँ पे सारे सब्जेक्ट्स इक्वल इंपॉर्टेंस के नहीं है. It all depends कि how many credits are associated with that particular course. तो जब भी अगर आप CGPA को माइंड में रखते हो, then you need to give more focus for that particular subject which is having higher credits. So every course is having some credits, and all together in a semester you will be having 21, 22, 23 vary करेगा. That is what 23 है. If I'm not remembering, but it is common for all the branches. I think 23 है शायद semester में. Maybe next semester में 21 है. नहीं, दोनों में 23 है, next year में 21 है. तो कुछ number of courses के basis पे और type of courses के basis पे पूरे semester की credits fixed. Now second point is जो evaluation है, ये भी है internal evaluation, continuous evaluation, जहाँ पे quiz, assignment और कुछ भी हो सकता है, plus 1 midterm exam will be conducted and calendar will see कब होना है. 10th अक्टूबर के आसपास शायद कुछ है. तो academic calendar पूरे साल का बना हुआ है. So accordingly various activities will be governed. So the system is 40 marks internal है and 60 marks internal exam for all the subjects. So the total marks for every subject is 100. So you will be evaluated out of 100 marks. 100 marks में से 40 internal, 60 external. So 60 का तो internal paper होगा. That's a different issue. But for 40 marks, you will be having 1 midterm. Other theory subject है, like mathematics. Mathematics में lab नहीं है. So in that case, your exam, midterm exam will be 30 marks, and then 10 marks will be continuous assessment. The faculty will give the marks based on maybe attendance, maybe assignment, maybe quiz, maybe surprises, or whatever mechanism the faculty is having. Maybe अगर कोई mechanism नहीं है तो उसका अपना criteria होगा. So that is not challengeable. कि मैंने तो इतना अच्छा किया था, मेरा नहीं आया, उसको 9 से 6 मिला है. That is your continuous performance over the semester. Now 30 marks का written test होगा, उसके लिए ये appear for the exam. Answer sheet will be shown to you. If you feel कि मुझे 3 नहीं मिल रहे थे, मुझे 4 मिल रहे थे, you can discuss it with the faculty members. If they are convinced, they may increase, otherwise whatever marks they get, that will be fine. So that is 40 marks. If it is a lab subject like physics, so physics में 15 marks का internal exam होगा, 15 मार्क्स का प्रैक्टिकल एग्जाम है, अगेन इट इज कंटिन्यूअस इवैल्यूएशन। कंटिन्यूअस मींस अब 10 अगर वीक है आपके पास, 10 प्रैक्टिकल एग्जाम है। हेलो हेलो, हाँ जी आपके पास में ठीक है जी। ठीक है ठीक है ठीक है जी। हाँ जी। So for lab subject it is 15, 15, 10. 15 is theory, midterm exam. 15 is practical, that is continuous evaluation. During the semester, जितने practical जिस date में होते रहेंगे, they will be assigned certain marks, or maybe after the end of the at the end of the semester, वो सारी answer की value पाई होगी आपकी, they check and then will give the marks. 10 marks again continuous assignment, the continuous new process happens, and then 60 marks का internal exam. Now 60 marks में से आपको कुछ marks मिलते हैं, internal plus external मिला। Based on the marks and based on the overall performance of the class in that particular subject. Like maths, every student is studying. Every means every I think 7-8 sections, say IT, maybe CSE, maybe CSEI, they are studying maths. Rest of the students are studying some other subject, probability and statistics. Next semester flip kar. So the students who are studying mathematics, एक ही इवैल्यूएशन सिस्टम पे बेस्ड ऑन द परफॉर्मेंस ऑफ द एंटायर क्लास, नहीं बेसिकली एंटायर ग्रुप ऑफ दैट पर्टिकुलर सब्जेक्ट से देयर आर 7 सेक्शंस जहां पे अप्लाइड मैथ्स चल रहा है। वन सेक्शन देयर आर 75 स्टूडेंट्स, तो 7 into 75 स्टूडेंट्स का ये पूरा ग्रुप बनेगा एंड जो मार्क्स आएंगे उसमें, तो से पेपर इज वेरी टफ। टफ का मतलब है कि हो सकता है हाईएस्ट मार्क्स 80, लोएस्ट मार्क्स मेबी से सपोज 58, तो लोएस्ट मार्क्स टू हाईएस्ट मार्क्स जो भी एक रेंज है, देयर इज अ मैथमेटिकल फार्मूला एंड बेस्ड ऑन दैट फार्मूला 50 to 80 जो ग्रेड्स हैं हमारे, ग्रेड्स आर फ्रॉम A plus A, B plus B plus C, D and page, तो पासिंग मार्क्स आर 45 मार्क्स। सीबीएसई में शायद 33 मार्क्स से पास होते हैं, यहाँ पे पासिंग मार्क्स आर 45, तो मिनिमम you need to score 45 marks out of 100, and then you will be graded based on the entire class performance in that particular subject, so that is known as relative grading. तो यहाँ पे in our system in most of the universities they are having relative grading. Relative means 50 से 80 के मार्क्स का जो बेसिकली जो स्लैब है ये, इसको हम ग्रेड्स में कन्वर्ट करते हैं। मे बी 80 मार्क्स से आपको A+ ग्रेड मिल रहा होगा, जबकि सीबीएसई में 90 प्लस पे आपको हाईएस्ट ग्रेड मिलता है। लेकिन रिलेटिव ग्रेडिंग का एडवांटेज है कि आपको हो सकता है कि जब पास स्कोर हाईएस्ट तो मे बी 78 79 80 पे भी आपको A+ मिल रहा हो। दूसरा इसका नेगेटिव पॉइंट ये है कि अगर सब्जेक्ट बहुत इजी है या फैकल्टी ने पेपर बहुत आसान बना दिया एंड एवरीबॉडी इज गेटिंग मार्क्स फ्रॉम से 70 to 95, तो हो सकता है कि आपको 90 पे भी A+ नहीं मिलेगा, हो सकता है वहां पे आपको B+, बिकॉज़ जो बैंड है दैट इज फ्रॉम 70 to 95, उसी बैंड में सारे स्टूडेंट्स को सारे ग्रेड मिले, तो 70 पे हो सकता है कि आपको B ग्रेड मिल रहा हो, जबकि नॉर्मल केस में 70 पे। So this is one system which is universally implemented. Even in DQ and SUT, this system is being implemented. In our case, we are following the better of relative grading, जो ये वाला system है, and then absolute grading only. Absolute grading यहाँ पे हमारे लिए शुरू होती है 90. So if your marks are more than 92, then you will get A+. तो दोनों system से we are evaluating the grades. रिलेटिव ग्रेडिंग से भी कैलकुलेट किया, एब्सोल्यूट से भी कैलकुलेट किया। एब्सोल्यूट में सपोज आपको B+ मिल रहा है, रिलेटिव में आपको A मिल रहा है, तो बेटर ऑफ दीस टू विल बी अवॉइडेड टू दैट। तो एक तरह से थोड़ा सा इजी अगर यहाँ इस ग्रेड बहुत अच्छे आ रहा है, बिकॉज़ दोनों में से वो एडवांटेज आपको मिल जाता है। तो इन सम केस अगर टफ है पेपर तो हमें रिलेटिव ग्रेडिंग बेटर लगता है, अगर पेपर बहुत आसान है, मार्क्स बहुत अच्छे आ रहे हैं, देन एब्सोल्यूट ग्रेडिंग। सो अगर 70 to 95 अगर लोएस्ट टू हाईएस्ट स्केल है तो 92 and above everybody is getting A plus, then 76 to 86 to 92 everybody is getting A, जबकि रिलेटिव ग्रेडिंग में वहां पे 76 86 पे हो सकता है कि वहां पे B plus या B तो मिल रहा। So that is our grading section. So every subject is having certain credit. Say maths 4 credit. हर सब्जेक्ट में आपको एक ग्रेड मिलेगा। That grade is either A plus or A or B plus or B. ये ग्रेड मार्क्स एक स्कोर के साथ कनेक्टेड है। A plus is 10 out of 10, A is 9 out of 10, B plus is 8, B is 7 and 6 5 4. So if you are getting A plus grade in all the subjects, then you will be getting 10 CP or 10 HCP of that subject. सब में अगर A plus आता है, अगर आपका 5 सब्जेक्ट्स में A plus है तो किसी एक सब्जेक्ट में A है, then 5 के corresponding जो क्रेडिट्स हैं, जैसे पहला सब्जेक्ट का 4 क्रेडिट का 4 into 10 plus next subject was of 3 credits, so 3 into 10, तो number of credits जो सब्जेक्ट के हैं प्लस जो ग्रेड आपको मिल रहा है, तब आपको किसी सब्जेक्ट में C ग्रेड मिला, तो आप परफॉर्म किया आपने, C ग्रेड इज आई थिंक 5, ये 10 8 करके स्केल सब्जेक्ट था वहां 4 क्रेडिट का, तो 4 into 5 आप 20 स्कोर आपका आया उस सब्जेक्ट में। किसी स्टूडेंट ने A plus ग्रेड किया है 3 क्रेडिट के कोर्स में, उसको 30, दैट डिफरेंस बिटवीन C ग्रेड एंड हर सब्जेक्ट का क्रेडिट है तो क्रेडिट के साथ मल्टीप्लाई हो रहा है। सो अगर प्लस आया किसी एक सब्जेक्ट में और उसके क्रेडिट 2 है सिर्फ, तो मुझे 20 स्कोर मिला है, लेकिन अगर A plus ग्रेड मेरा किसी 4 क्रेडिट वाले कोर्स में आया होता तो मुझे 40 मिल रहा होता, तो ऑब्वियसली मेरा स्कोर बेटर होगा। तो अगर CGPA ड्रिवन अप्रोच आपको देखनी है तो आपको वो सब्जेक्ट्स और इफेक्टिवली प्रिपेयर करने हैं ज्यादा क्रेडिट्स। अगर कोई एक क्रेडिट का कोई कोर्स है उसमें अगर आपको B ग्रेड भी मिल गया तो भी इफेक्ट डेसिमल्स में आएगा, पॉइंट्स में आएगा, लेकिन अगर यही चीज 4 क्रेडिट वाले के साथ है कि A plus की जगह अगर आपको B plus मिल गया तो आपका CGPA भी से कम हो जाएगा, जहां नहीं आ रहा होगा वहां B हो जाएगा, एकदम हायर साइड। तो that is basically the calculation behind calculation of your SGPA and then finally CGPA. So every program is having a set of courses under these 5 baskets. DCC is departmental core courses. अभी आप फर्स्ट ईयर पढ़ रहे हैं so you're studying few subjects which are applied science driven courses or maybe some generic courses, but like web development, it is a IT driven course. So it may be a core course in some of the branches. Maybe आपके केस में कहीं नीचे कैटेगरी में आ रहा होगा। So core courses means जब आप सेकंड ईयर में आएंगे you'll study data structure, EVMS, operating system, networking, compiler, automator. So the core courses of that particular branch will be under DCC. TEC is elective courses. So there are few courses like in this case also SEC, that is skill oriented courses. You have a basket. So out of 4 5 6 courses you have to select one. मुझे नहीं पता इस बार यदि फर्स्ट सेमेस्टर था तो कैसे आपने सब्जेक्ट डिपार्टमेंट ने लिया आपको या आपने खुद अपनी चॉइस से लिया, दैट आई एम नॉट श्योर, बट नेक्स्ट सेमेस्टर ऑनवर्ड्स मे बी डिपार्टमेंट में बेटर लगा होगा वो असाइन करके ये ध्यान में रखिए कि you're from IT तो IT related कोई सब्जेक्ट आपका, but second semester onwards there will be a basket of courses for each elective, be it SEC or AEC or PE. So these are the elective courses. PEC is departmental elective, so IT related courses will be there in that in this type of basket. IDC is interdisciplinary. So interdisciplinary is you will study few subjects. There will be basket of courses from different departments basically. There will be few subjects in that basket from mechanical, maybe from electronics, maybe from applied science. So depending on your interest, you need to identify, because now in NEP is National Education Policy 2020 में जो government से आई है, it has emphasized on studying multidisciplinary interdisciplinary. You should be having fundamental knowledge, understanding of few courses which are not from your domain, maybe from mechanical or from electronics. So अगर आप say electronics में कुछ you want to mix your AI knowledge in electronics. So basic understanding you should have. So that course is basically the category is interdisciplinary course. Then AEC is ability enhancement course. Right? This semester you might be studying communication. So that is your ability enhancement. There are few courses which are compulsory, like Indian knowledge system. That is IKS. That is one subject that you will study, and again it is a compulsory subject from government side. Every university, every course is having that every program is having that course. That is Indian knowledge system, where you are learning about your ancient knowledge past, how that past is useful in our current scenario. ये वैसे ये महाभारत का अगर याद होगा तो संजय वो करते थे और धृतराष्ट्र की आंखें नहीं थी तो संजय महाभारत कहा सुनाया करते थे. नाउ पीपल आर ट्राइंग टू रिलेट इट टू एआई. क्या उस टाइम पे एआई थी? ऐसा कैसे हो रहा है कि वो मतलब अपने महल में बैठ के महाभारत का लड़ाई कहीं और चल रहा है और वो धृतराष्ट्र. So now people are studying or researching in this particular aspect. क्या उस टाइम पे वो जो जहाज एक जगह से दूसरी जगह जा रहे हैं. हस्तिनापुर में रहते थे, लड़ाई कुरुक्षेत्र हुई थी, या लंका वहां पे थी और अयोध्या. तो अयोध्या से लंका गए कैसे होंगे? वहां पे नहीं थे. So basically people are trying to relate to that particular era with the technological advancement. क्या उस टाइम पे था कुछ जो बीच में सब खत्म हो गया and now again they are trying to revive it. So few courses in Indian knowledge system. SEC is skill enhancement course. So every semester you will have a basket of these type of course. So हर subject को हर course को आपने map किया किसी न किसी category. So there will be few SEC courses in the entire BTech program. Few AEC courses. AEC में we now this semester onwards we have included NCC also. So the students who are interested in pursuing in NCC, we have made the provision कि या तो आप IAS पढ़ें या आप NCC ले. So that semester से NCC will be introduced. I don't know an idea, but that is again one AEC program. So that is basically 5 courses, and now in our curriculum after every year summer internship is compulsory. In earlier days 3-4 साल पहले होता था कि 3rd year के बाद internship होती थी सर, and that was compulsory, the only internship. But now every year during the summer break you do this summer internship and it will have 1 credit. 1 credit after first year, 1 credit after second year, and 2 credits after third year. So now it is a credit program basically, and it is compulsory. गर्मियों की छुट्टियां नहीं है. So yes. यहाँ compulsory कुछ नहीं होता. Internship is you are free to take internship from anywhere. Problem क्या है कि first year के बाद internship मिलती नहीं. Industry obviously first year के बाद internship देती है. But if your context, university is not able to support in that way कि first year के बाद भी internship करती है. We have signed few MOUs with certain industries, like DRDO के साथ MOU है, और इस बार मुझे लगता है 200 से ज़्यादा students are pursuing their internship from DRDO. तो similar type के organizations हैं जहाँ पे कुछ limit तक we are able to accommodate. But 1300 students के लिए first year के बाद internship arrange करना is impossible. So student can take internship from their resources. There are so many paid internship outside IGT. There are various research-oriented internships in IITs and institutes like IITs and other institutions where you can pursue an internship. University, in the last few years, has started some courses. Like one is machine learning in Python, one is deep learning and advanced courses. So 7-8 internship programs, cyber security IT department हर साल रन करता है. तो वहां पे अगर आपको नहीं मिल पा रही है देन इसलिए मिल क्यों नहीं पा रही? बिकॉज़ टेक्निकली उस लेवल तक आप नहीं पहुंच पाए कि इंडस्ट्री आपको 2 महीने में अपने आप कुछ काम कर देती है अगर आप कर पाए. बिकॉज़ फर्स्ट ईयर इज यू आर स्टडीइंग मैथ्स, फिजिक्स, एनवायरनमेंट साइंस, बहुत सारे ऐसे नॉन टेक्निकल सब्जेक्ट्स हैं जो डायरेक्टली रिलेटेड नहीं है. मे इनडायरेक्टली आगे नहीं काम आएगी, बट अंडरस्टैंडिंग उसके में कि नहीं कि आपको प्रोजेक्ट में हम ये डेवलप करेंगे. So generally skill development पे focus, where you can learn some technology, you can learn some language which are not the part of your curriculum, or maybe अगर आपने Python कर ली है during your first year, so at least you can develop few dummy type of project at your home. Maybe you can contact to the faculty members, faculties के पास कुछ अपने projects होते हैं, यूनिवर्सिटी के कुछ काफी सारे projects हैं जिन पे हम काम करते रहते हैं, so you can be involved with the faculty and then you can pursue your end. Yes. कंपल्सरी है कुछ नहीं है. Either you do it from the university or outside the university. Even first year के बाद ये भी कंपल्सरी नहीं है कि it should be a technical internship. If it is a social related internship, you are working with some NGO, you are working with some non-technical company, it is acceptable. Yes, one credit. So one credit it will be added to the third semester. Because after completing first year, during the summer break, 2 months internship you will do, and उसका जो credit होगा उसमें presentation है, you need to submit your report also. There will be a committee जहाँ पे आप present करेंगे what you have done during the internship, and based on your presentation report, you will be getting the marks which will be converted into the credit. So एक credit है और वो credit obviously अब आप यहाँ पे देखिए एक credit है तो उतना important नहीं है, लेकिन I think for learning perspective, for profiling perspective, because resume में आपको कुछ ना कुछ लिखना है, बीटेक के बेसिस पे डिग्री नहीं है तो मतलब जॉब नहीं मिलेगी, तो आपको प्रोफाइल आपको डेवलप करना है, देन 100% इन दैट केस यूनिवर्सिटी से मिलती है इट्स बेस्ट, नहीं मिलती है 1-to-1 और मे बी सम एआईसीटी मैं ऑल इंडिया काउंसिल ऑफ टेक्निकल एजुकेशन, पूरे कंट्री में जो टेक्निकल एजुकेशन है दैट इज गवर्नड बाय गवर्नमेंट का एजेंसी है एआईसीटी. Even AICT launches so many internship programs every year. Though few are paid, few are not paid, few are paid in the sense you have to pay the fee. वो कुछ नहीं दे रहे. अच्छे के बाद you cannot expect. But maybe after second year few, after third year so many. So nowadays, maybe one of the other companies coming for internship for the students who are in third year. तो उनके लिए आ रही है जब वो थर्ड ईयर पास करेंगे एंड समर ब्रेक शुरू होगा उनका उस टाइम को इंटर्नशिप करें. आज तुम लोग ने पता रखें अब आईटी में स्पेशली पता होना चाहिए कंपनी कौन सी आ रही है, क्या है, क्या पैटर्न है, नाम रखें एटलीस्ट कनेक्ट करके चले अपने सीनियर्स के साथ. आज ब्लूमबर्ग का रही है, ब्लूमबर्ग इज ए कंसल्टेंसी कंपनी, वेरी बिग कंपनी. यस
sir, as you said that from PRT was the student for like after first year students which are here, but there are also companies the college or they have to apply outside.
Companies generally come to the college for internship for third year. जो थर्ड ईयर के बाद फोर्थ ईयर में जाने से पहले जो पीरियड है 2 महीने का उसके लिए आती है. जैसे अभी ये वाला पीरियड उन्हीं के लिए चल रहा है. आई थिंक मोर देन 20 कंपनीज आ चुकी हैं एंड अभी डेली कोई ना कोई कंपनी आ रही है, स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम लिंक्डइन, बीएनवाई, बैंक ऑफ न्यूयॉर्क, जितने बिग शॉट्स हैं वो सब अभी या तो आ चुके हैं या पाइपलाइन में. माइक्रोसॉफ्ट परसों थी, तो वो सारी कंपनी सिर्फ इंटर्नशिप के लिए आ रही है. फोर्थ ईयर के बच्चे उसमें प्लेसमेंट के लिए बैठ रहे हैं, दे हैव डिफरेंट प्रोसेस, लेकिन एक प्रोसेस इंटर्नशिप का है, तो वो प्रोसेस कंटिन्यूअसली चल रहा है. लेकिन फर्स्ट ईयर के बाद सेकंड ईयर के बाद कंपनीज नहीं आ रही, लेकिन सेकंड ईयर के बाद बहुत सारे गवर्नमेंट एजेंसीज हैं, दे अंडरटेक इंटर्न्स, और भी कंपनीज भी हैं बट है मिस पब्लिक डोमेन में एडवर्टाइजमेंट है, आप अप्लाई करते हैं, छोटी छोटे हैं. जब हम एग्जाम खत्म करेंगे ड्यूरिंग द मे मॉड्यूल, वहां पे एवरी डिपार्टमेंट लॉन्चेस द इंटर्नशिप प्रोग्राम, अप्लाई करते हैं, पे नॉर्मल आई थिंक 1000 रुपीस और 100 रुपीस टाइप ऑफ फी, बिकॉज़ द सेम ट्रेनिंग प्रोग्राम अगर आप बाहर से जाते हैं तो फिर पे 10,000. बट यहाँ पे व्हाट वी डू बेसिकली वी हायर दोस पीपल हु आर वर्किंग इन दीस ट्रेनिंग सेंटर्स. जैसे कोडिंग ब्लॉक आपने सुना होगा, कोडिंग ब्लॉक इज अ वेरी पॉपुलर ट्रेनिंग इंस्टीट्यूट इन दिल्ली, कोडिंग निंजा, you get. So what we do basically, because machine learning Python मैं conduct करता हूँ, cyber security HOD IT conduct करते हैं यूनिवर्सिटी में और बहुत सारे programs. So what we do basically, we hire those people who teach like a BSc training. During the summer this year, we started training program on data structure and algorithms because all companies are asking the question from BSc. Means internship आपको मिली BSc की, even जो भी आपको BSc की, उसके बिना survival ही नहीं. So we started on 80 hours program during the summer and that's what. So वहाँ पे their fee is 20,000 something something and we charge 4,500 rupees because हमने स्टूडेंट से कलेक्ट किया उसका. So that way basically these sort of trainings are cost effective and equally. So that is your at the end 7th semester 8th semester you write projects. So अभी बहुत सारी चीजें हैं तो ट्रेनिंग का कोई सेशन हुआ इंडक्शन का ईएमपी का शायद होगा अभी. अरे obviously few students, very few students from first year, maximum second year. लेकिन थर्ड ईयर के स्टूडेंट्स को इंटर्नशिप चाहिए होती है तो वो इन्वॉल्व नहीं होते हैं. फोर्थ ईयर को जॉब चाहिए होती है तो सेकंड ईयर स्टूडेंट्स आर इन्वॉल्वड इन दोस टीएमपी टाइप ऑफ एक्टिविटीज जहां पे आप कंपनीज को इनवाइट, यहाँ पे नॉट लाइक प्राइवेट कॉलेज जहां पे कॉलेज के एफर्ट्स हैं, यहाँ पे कॉलेज के एफर्ट्स, कॉलेज इन द सेंस ट्रेनिंग प्लेसमेंट बहुत कम काम करते हैं स्टूडेंट्स की वजह से. So the team who is working for the TNP, इन्विटेशन भेजना है उनको, कंफर्मेशन आना है उनको, चाय पिलाने से लेकर उनको गाड़ी में बैठने तक और जितना भी नोटिफिकेशन है वो सारा काम is driven by the team and it is very successful since last I think 10 to 15 जब से कॉलेज चल रहा है. तो TNP लेकिन सेकेंड ईयर से जनरली शुरू करते हैं until unless आप बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग अपना इंटरेस्ट शो नहीं करें, आपको नहीं लगेगी बिकॉज वहां पे बहुत सारा कुछ डिपेंड करता है. एक बार एक कंपनी आई और आपने उसको हैंडल ठीक से नहीं किया, नेक्स्ट टाइम नहीं है, दैट इज फॉर श्योर. केस कोई सीखने वहां पे अगर आपने उनको खाना अपने वाले से खिला दिया तो अगली बार ये होगा कि वहां नहीं जा रहे काम करते तो वहीं अपने यहाँ बुला लें. तो ये चीजें मैटर करती है. तो हॉस्पिटैलिटी, हाउ टू डील विद दैट अबाउट पीपल बिकॉज़ एचआर हेड्स एंड सब और बड़ी कंपनीज के एचआर हेड्स. सो वहां पे बहुत एक सोफिस्टिकेटेड और बहुत डिफरेंट टाइप के लोग चाहिए होते. चलिए, सो this time, this semester onwards, this particular red line, a minimum of 75% attendance in each course. So far, we had a policy कि अगर आपकी overall 75% attendance है, overall means say in one subject your attendance is 100%, in another subject your attendance is 60%, मिलके 75 से ऊपर हो गई, you will be able to appear for the exam. This semester onwards, this attainment policy is per subject. तो अभी तक क्या हुआ कि हमने आज तक किसी को भी डिटेन नहीं. In last 15 years, since last 2013 onwards, the way you are given not even a single student was detained. और इसका इम्पैक्ट ये हुआ कि पिछले 2 साल में क्लास कम हो गई और एनएससी और कुछ भी वहाँ उतना ज्यादा हो गया और क्लासेस नहीं होगी. तो उसका इम्पैक्ट कहाँ आ रहा है? प्लेसमेंट में शाम को ये होता है कि 600 स्टूडेंट बैठे किसी कंपनी के प्लेसमेंट में, 2 का अटेंडेंस निकला और फाइनली तो भी. एंड आई थिंक मोर देन 10 कंपनीज ऐसी हैं इस साल भी जहां पे नॉट इवन अ सिंगल स्टूडेंट इज एबल टू टेक दिस. और माइंड में ये आ रहा है कि क्लास में चल जाएगी, क्लास तो हो जाता है अपने आप. एकेडमिक्स आर इक्वली इंपॉर्टेंट. अगर आप बीबीएमएस क्लास से स्टडी नहीं कर रहे हैं तो कुछ वाला आपको की क्वेश्चंस ये वैसे ही जैसे जेईई के एग्जाम का आपने स्कोर ले लिया, यहाँ जेईई के एग्जाम नहीं, यहाँ पे रटिफिकेशन से बात नहीं करते. वहां पे क्वेश्चंस अगर आपने एक एफर्ट लगा लिए तो आप मार्क्स से आगे, तो वहां पे हार्ड वर्क इंपॉर्टेंट है, यहाँ पे हार्ड वर्क इंपॉर्टेंट है, स्मार्ट वर्क. तो क्लासेस भी उतनी ही इंपॉर्टेंट है. मे बी देयर आर फ्यू फैकल्टीज बिकॉज़ देयर इज जनरल बहुत सारे कुछ फैकल्टीज अच्छे होते हैं, कुछ इतने अच्छे नहीं होते हैं. वहां पे आप जनरली आप अपने आप डिसाइड कर लें, लेकिन ऐसा नहीं कि मतलब यहाँ पे आप क्लास में नहीं मिल रहे हैं और एनएससी पता है इसकी वही मिल रहे हैं या तुम्हारी कैंटीन का मिलेंगे सब्जियों में और क्लास में नहीं मिल रहे. सो दिस सेमेस्टर onwards this attainment policy is subject wise. Every faculty will have that list of the students who are not having 25%. So subject wise retain होना. ओवरऑल अभी तक डिटेन क्यों नहीं होते थे बिकॉज़ बीइंग ए इवन यूनिवर्सिटी थोड़ा सा सीख किया जाता है पूरे सेमेस्टर में डिटेन होने का मीनिंग ये है कि आप पूरे साल के लिए एक साल का ड्रॉप करें अगर आप एक सेमेस्टर में डिटेन हो गए जैसे वो थर्ड सेमेस्टर में आप डिटेन हो गया फोर्थ कैसे करेंगे जब तक आपने थर्ड नहीं किया तो आपको फोर्थ में परमिशन नहीं मिलती है आप नेक्स्ट ईयर दोबारा से करते हैं एंड दैट इज वेरी यू कैन से बहुत हेवी पेनल्टी है देखा जाए ये पेनल्टी कम है लेकिन शायद इफेक्ट तो उससे करने क्या होता है कि छूट के नहीं जाता तो यहाँ पे उतना लॉस नहीं है पर सीरियस आपको होना बहुत सारे यहाँ पे बैक आने का मतलब है कि आपको यहाँ पे डिटेन होने का कुछ सब्जेक्ट में आपको आएगा बैक आ गई तो नेक्स्ट ईयर along with your juniors you will clear that back. So here detainment is as good as back. तो बेटर जब आपने क्लास ही नहीं की उस सब्जेक्ट की तो अगले सेमेस्टर में क्लास करें अगले सेमेस्टर में आप अगर फर्स्ट सेमेस्टर में कोई सब्जेक्ट ऐसा है तो फर्स्ट सेमेस्टर में फर्स्ट की क्लास करेंगे और फर्स्ट की क्लास करेंगे टाइम निकालने का प्रेशर अपने आप बढ़ जाएगा तो डिटेनमेंट इज वन वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टास्क कोर्स कोड देख लिए आपने जब आपने टीचिंग स्किल देखी तो कोर्स कोड देखा होगा एवरी सब्जेक्ट एवरी कोर्स इज हैविंग ए कोर्स कोड BAS 101 BIP 101 especially in your case BIT is it is bachelor, IT is IT department, 101 is first course. BCS is subject is offered by computer science faculty. Though faculty will be from your department only, लेकिन course का जो ownership है that is with the company. So there are few courses which are having BIT, there are few courses which are having BCS, few are BAI also. AI is AI data science, CSCI. So सब्जेक्ट्स को डिवाइड कर दिए ओनरशिप इज विद दैट डिपार्टमेंट तो क्वेश्चन पेपर जनरली कुछ डिपार्टमेंट से बनता है किस डिपार्टमेंट का वो कोड तो लाइक फिजिक्स केमिस्ट्री ये सब अप्लाइड साइंस है तो यहां पे कहीं कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं नाउ important for now for this semester we are having one ERP is ERP is enterprise resource planning software basically जिसके थ्रू आपकी सारी एक्टिविटीज throughout your 4 years will be managed. तो पहले टास्क सेमेस्टर में आते ही आपका ये होगा कि आप सेमेस्टर में रजिस्टर करेंगे अपने आप को सब्जेक्ट रजिस्टर करते हैं कौन कौन से सब्जेक्ट्स आपको पढ़ने हैं तो फर्स्ट सेमेस्टर तो ठीक है आपको कंपलसरी कॉपी है कि ये सब्जेक्ट आप पढ़ रहे हैं बट सेकंड सेमेस्टर में फर्स्ट जो है चॉइस कि आप 5 सब्जेक्ट में कौन सा आपको लेना है डेली 10 स्टूडेंट एक कोर्स पढ़ रहे हैं 25 स्टूडेंट एक कोर्स पढ़ रहे हैं अभी आप सारे स्टूडेंट्स सेम कोर्स पढ़ रहे हैं तो नेक्स्ट सेमेस्टर से प्लान सो you need to register on the portal register तब कर पाएंगे जब आपको एनरोलमेंट नंबर मिलेगा फर्स्ट सेमेस्टर में द प्रोसेस इज डिलेड लेकिन सेकंड सेमेस्टर का फर्स्ट डे विल डू रजिस्ट्रेशन अगर आप नहीं करेंगे you will not be able to appear for the exam because the data जो यहाँ पे आप रजिस्टर करेंगे the same data will transfer to the examination और एग्जामिनेशन में उन्हीं का रोल नंबर आएगा जिन्होंने रजिस्टर किया होगा अपने आप को so basically registration is directly related to your examination system so every semester you have to register yourself अगर नहीं register करते then there is a fine the first 2 days like CA ग्रुप में आज तक फ्री है फ्री in the sense normal last date आज है कल से 1000 rupees and maybe after 5 days 2000 rupees and next 5 days के बाद नहीं होगा नहीं अगले साल को तो अभी आप सेमेस्टर में रजिस्टर कर रहे हैं so there are complete courses because almost all courses are compulsory every student is registering in those 5 6 7 subjects next semester onwards you will have a choice like probability and statistics is a compulsory like environment science is a compulsory but SEC is elective basket so SEC में there are 5 6 courses for IT student the courses will be offered by maybe management department maybe applied science department mechanical electronics or maybe other department तो उन कोर्सेज में से आपको अलग-अलग एज पर योर चॉइस एंड योर इंटरेस्ट आपको सब्जेक्ट चूज तो आपको अपना अभी तो ये तो माइंडसेट था ना कि अभी आपको नहीं पता होगा आपको क्या पढ़ना है क्या नहीं तो एक्चुअली डिसाइड कर लिया डिपार्टमेंट डिसाइड कर लिया कि every student will study this type of subject. Second semester onwards आपको समझ आ जाना शुरू होना चाहिए कि आपको क्या बेटर है, क्या करना है, क्या नहीं. If you have to go to say web development, उस डायरेक्शन में जाना है, then web application development is one subject. If you have to go towards mobile application development, then mobile application development is one subject. If you have to understand electronics in a better way, then analog and digital electronics is one subject. There are few subjects from mechanical also. But all depends on your interest. So there is a basket. तब क्लियरिटी अपने आप आनी शुरू. ये पता लगना शुरू हो जाता है कौन सा सब्जेक्ट से मार्क्स आते हैं कौन से. तो वो अंडरस्टैंडिंग आपको खुद बनानी है. अदरवाइज यू कैन टॉक टू एनी डिफिकल्टी. तो रजिस्ट्रेशन इज इंपॉर्टेंट. आई थिंक हम अभी इसलिए शुरू नहीं किया क्योंकि अभी कल स्पेशल स्कूल काउंट है यूनिवर्सिटी का. सो यू मोर स्टूडेंट्स विल बी इंटरेस्टेड. तो आईटीसीएससी में नहीं है वैकेंसी बट मैकेनिकल में है. तो कल के प्रोसेस के बाद एडमिशन विल बी क्लोज्ड एंड देन my division is academic division will issue the enrollment numbers to every student, all the students. Then email IDs will be issued to you, library cards will be issued to you, and फिर सारा process शुरू. तो अभी सब कुछ होल्ड पे है बेसिकली. तो हम लोग क्या कर रहे हैं बेसिकली all the reports related to the admission till your exit. Academic division maintains all these. Exit in the sense कि आपकी पर्सनल फाइल हमारे पास है जो आपने जेके टाइम खोली. जितनी भी चीजें आती रहेंगी ओवर द पीरियड ऑफ नेक्स्ट 4 इयर्स वो उसमें लगती रहेंगी. जितने सर्टिफिकेट्स आपको इशू होंगे, सपोज यू आर अप्लाइंग फॉर एन इंटर्नशिप एट आईआईटी, दे आस्क सम एनओसी, one no objection certificate. That university is not any objection if the student is pursuing internship from IIT. So all these type of certificates, or maybe you are requiring some certificate for loan purpose. इसलिए अभी फीस आपको लोन से भरनी है, तो उसके लिए आपको एक बोनाफाइड सर्टिफिकेट चाहिए. So all these type of certificates will be issued by the academy. So either through ERP portal, वहाँ पे कुछ ऑप्शंस हैं कि अगर बोनाफाइड चाहिए तो आप बोनाफाइड वाले जब आप लॉगिन करेंगे वहाँ पे आप रिक्वेस्ट में जाएंगे. रिक्वेस्ट में बोनाफाइड सर्टिफिकेट का एक बटन होगा, उसको क्लिक करेंगे, रिक्वेस्ट विल कम टू अस, हम आपको इशू करेंगे एंड देन यू कैन कलेक्ट इट फ्रॉम द academy. तो सर्टिफिकेट्स जितने भी हैं दैट विल बी लाइक स्कॉलरशिप. There are I think more than 100 scholarships from the university, from the state government, from central government as well as from some private agencies. So वो सारी information you'll get it from academy. I think SC ST जितनी scholarships हैं everybody is getting that scholarship from government, central or the state. Private में maximum scholarships are for merit companies based on your family income. There are certain categories की अगर income 3 लाख है annual 5 lakh है 8 lakh है, so different agencies are opening different scholarships. And वो scholarship का process you'll get it from academics only. You'll submit the application, verification will be done by academics, and then you'll get the scholarship from the agency. Few private agencies are also there voluntarily, like one scholarship is Shraman Foundation. That is run by, that is an NGO run by one cardiologist who is based in USA. I think per year around 15 crore rupees of scholarship वो अपने personal अपनी income से पूरे इंडिया में मुझे लगता है thousands of students already करते हैं. So colleges from the university मैंने निकाला था इसीलिए मैं आपको देके जाऊंगा, आप इसकी फोटोकॉपी या फोटो खींच के रखिए. So by the university we have few scholarships. Upma Memorial, Bapuji Craft, and कुछ full David scholarship, Shell वाला के तो ये छोटे-छोटे scholarships हैं. One is 100% tuition fee waiver to meritorious students, EWS and other than EWS sector. So one category is the people who are from EWS and the topper. So the topper of EWS basically that is eligible for 100%. General category also. So if you belong to general and you are the topper of your course, then it is again 100% tuition fee. Financial assistance there are few scholarships from agencies like Eton Scholarship, that is 60,000 per student. That is only for mechanical students. Shraman Foundation scholarship to it is 50,000 per student. Around 20 students every year getting this scholarship, 25,000 per semester, but it is based on the financial background of the student. Lotus Foundation scholarship 65,000. Schneider Electric India scholarship, I think it is for electronics only, 50,000 per student. Catalyst is one scholarship जहाँ पे बहुत सारे students को around 50 students के आसपास scholarship मिलती है, तो amount is less. It is 50,000 per student, but number is very large. Youth card scholarship 50 students, so I think 350 के आसपास students को scholarship private agencies से. So you need to ये वेबसाइट पे थोड़ा इसके अलावा बहुत सारी there are few agencies जो हमें time to time approach करते हैं, तो वहाँ पे वो every year fix नहीं, but one time or maybe depending on your request, any financial difficulty in paying your fee, then support is available. But that process is through academic division. So roll number, email address, the semester registration will be notified by the academic division. Each class will then nominate ये process है पढ़ चुके होंगे, CR बन चुके होंगे. चलिए, so all the CRs will join one WhatsApp group of the academic division. तो शायद roll number के बाद हम process करेंगे. So we have one WhatsApp group of all the CRs of the university, first year to fourth year. So you will join that WhatsApp group so that information can be passed. Issue of various certificates, bona fide certificate, character certificate, or whatever, distribution of mark sheets. Exams will be conducted by exam division. Exam के बाद mark sheets will be prepared by exam division. They hand it over to us and distribution हमारे division. ये जो mark sheets आप हमारे यहाँ से academic division से करेंगे. Verifies scholarship forms that I have already mentioned. SC, ST, OBC, minorities, बहुत सारे scholarships हैं. Branch upgradation is one important aspect. In DTU, branch upgradation for semester के बाद है based on your JEE result. But in our case, branch upgradation is after first year based on the result. Based on the CGPA of first year and first semester and second semester. If there is some vacancy in CSC or CSCI or other branches, and if you are interested, you will apply. And based on merit, based on your CGPA, you will be upgraded. like अभी हमने 10 दिन पहले पिछले साल सीनियर ग्रुप में उनको अपडेट किया था. So that is based on first year. Academic calendar is available on the university website. So all the activities will be covered with this academic calendar. Like commencement of the classes, 11 से आपकी हो चुकी है. You're doing your internship. इसमें कहीं नीचे है. Exams कहीं नीचे है शायद. Okay, but exams are 10 से है. So exam में first 2 units will be there in midterm exam for all the subjects. So these are few information related to the academics. कहीं कोई problem है, you can मेरा number almost सबके पास होता है. तो ये मेरा नहीं, but मेरे को WhatsApp group में होगा जहाँ आपने करती हो, give me a call. Otherwise अभी मैं response नहीं दे रहा हूँ, तो किसी चीज़ और पे आप WhatsApp group में करते हैं तो सुबह से शाम तक हर WhatsApp group में 5 to 6 मैसेजेस आ रहे हैं. मुझे राजौरी गार्डन से आना है, मुझे वहाँ से आना है, अभी तक तो ठीक है. Initial settlement. उसके बाद it should be a professional group. Only the information relevant to your classes may be relevant to ये चीजें नहीं है कि मेरे साथ वहाँ से आना, मैं मतलब मेट्रो का शुरू में समझ आता है, आपको नहीं पता होगा. But एक टाइम के बाद it should be a professional information sharing group only. And that मतलब सिर्फ ऐसे नहीं कि कुछ भी आप लिखे जाए. बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट है. अभी क्या होता है कि क्लास नहीं चल रही है, क्लास टीचर को तो पता है नहीं है क्लास नहीं चल रही है, वाइस चांसलर को पता हो. दिस इज हायरार्की बेसिकली. स्टूडेंट फॉर एनी प्रॉब्लम, पंखा नहीं अगर चल रहा है आपका, तो इन्फॉर्म टू द सीआर. इट इज द रिस्पांसिबिलिटी ऑफ द सीआर टू नोट इट डाउन टू और टू गिव इट टू द फैकल्टी मेंटर. हर क्लास का फैकल्टी मेंटर होगा कोई ना कोई. फैकल्टी मेंटर से इट शुड बी टू द एचओडी and then ये प्रोसेस होगा तब मेरे पास आएगा. अब मेरे पास कोई ऐसे नहीं आया कि कहेंगे कि सर मैथमेटिक्स की क्लास नहीं हो रही, तो मेरी अपनी रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है पता करना क्लास हो रही है नहीं हो रही है, मेरा अपना मैकेनिज्म होगा। अगर मुझे पता लग रहा है देन आई टेक सर्टेन एक्शन जो मुझे करना हो। लेकिन नॉर्मल ट्रेंड इज सीधे सीधे bc@igb पे आपने मेल लिखना शुरू कर दिया। बीसी के पास सुबह शाम तक 500 तो ऑफिशियल मेल आती है जो काम की होती होंगी, लेकिन 5000 मेल ऐसी आती है। तो मेरे तक तो फिर भी ठीक है, लेकिन रजिस्ट्रार एंड वाइस चांसलर अनटिल और अनलेस आपको ये लगता है कि मैं आपको ये सुन रहा है, अब आपको सीधे सीधे मोदी जी से बात करनी है तो फिर आप लिख रहे हैं, अदरवाइज lg@delhi.gov.in cm@delhi.gov.in ये ट्रेड बन गया। लास्ट एकेडमिक काउंसिल जो हमारी हाईएस्ट अथॉरिटी है यूनिवर्सिटी के ऊपर डिसाइड हुआ है कि स्ट्रिक्ट डिसिप्लिनरी एक्शन विल बी टेकन अगर आप बाईपास करते हैं कंप्लेंट के लिए। अगर आपको कोई ग्रीवेंस है, आप अगर ये कह रहे हैं कि मैंने प्रॉपर चैनल फॉलो नहीं किया, सीधे मैंने वाइस चांसलर को लिख दिया, तो मे बी सम एक्शन विल बी टेकन। तो देयर इज अ प्रॉपर चैनल, आप उस चैनल को यूटिलाइज करें, उसके थ्रू आप एक्सकलेट करें। अगर एक चैनल से नहीं जा रहा देन यू गो टू सेकंड चैनल। मतलब ऐसा नहीं है कि मेरी सैलरी अगर यहाँ पर रुक जाएगी तो मैं किसी को नहीं बोलूंगा, मैं सीधे बताऊंगा कोई सॉल्यूशन नहीं निकल। तो ऑफिशियल डेकोरम हमारे लिए है, we are governed by CCS rule, conduct rules basically. We may be suspended अगर हम इस तरह की कोई एक्टिविटी बोल हो, but it applies for the students rules. So if you feel any difficulty, academic division is one place जहाँ पे आपको लगता है डिपार्टमेंट कुछ नहीं हुआ है, तो मेरे लेवल पे अगर मैंने आप करे करके कुछ नहीं हो रहा, whatever you want to do, then you can go to registrar or vice chancellor directly. छोटी-छोटी issues should not go to the head. तो that is चलिए, मुझे आप सब जानते हैं शर्मा, so प्रोफेसर इन आईटी डिपार्टमेंट, maybe next semester or next semester I will teach you some subject, third semester I'm taking English, but I am from IT department. चांस की बात है, डिप्टी डीन इज आल्सो फ्रॉम आईटी डिपार्टमेंट, ही इज कमल कुमार, एंड डॉक्टर सुभाष सिंह, ही इज फ्रॉम मैकेनिकल एंड ही इज रिस्पांसिबल फॉर ऑल स्कॉलरशिप, be it SC, ST or OBC scholarship or general scholarship or whatever it is. So scholarships related, all the matters will be handled by Dr. Subhash Singh. He is associate professor in mechanical and deputy dean academics. Dr. Ritika is assistant professor in AI data science, and she is handling various activities of the academic division. Khanna sir, very seasoned senior professional, he is a retired official and he is helping us in academic division. So सारा फाइल वर्क जितना भी है इज बाय मिस्टर अतुल खन्ना, प्रोग्राम नहीं है यहाँ पे, बट they are the team basically with me handling all academic. So academics@igb.ac.in, that is one email ID for all academic related issues. You write that mail, otherwise आप मेरे डायरेक्ट कॉल, कोई इशू है कोई नहीं है।
Best for it, option conducted by the college. That's an option. If you have to ask for a senior conduct.
पहली चीज तो ये वही जो व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप चल रहा है, इसमें बहुत सारे आ रहे हैं आईजीबीडब्ल्यू प्रेशर पार्टी। आईजीबीडब्ल्यू प्रेशर पार्टी चलो फिर भी ठीक है, अनऑफिशियली सही होनी चाहिए एक, क्योंकि मैं सारे ग्रुप में हूँ और मुझे ध्यान रखना भी होता है। आईजीबीडब्ल्यू भी चल रहा है, आईजीबीडब्ल्यू टू मसूरी धर्मशाला, कोई भी ऐसी एक्टिविटी यूनिवर्सिटी से मैनेज नहीं होती। अगर कहीं भी आप इन्वॉल्व हैं, मैं पहले लिखने वाला था फिर मैंने छोड़ दिया, लास्ट ईयर तक हम बहुत कंट्रोल किया। नाउ यू आर एडल्ट, आपको अपना भला हुआ अपना अपने आप समझ आ रहा है। मतलब कोई भी ऐसी एक्टिविटी जो यूनिवर्सिटी से नहीं है, अगर यूनिवर्सिटी से है दैट विल बी थ्रू सम फैकल्टी। स्टूडेंट इज नॉट ऑथराइज्ड टू राइट एनीथिंग इन दैट ग्रुप। कोई ट्रिप, कोई फ्रेशर, कुछ भी ऑफिशियल नहीं है। अगर आप पार्टिसिपेट कर रहे हैं तो मैंने स्टूडेंट वेलफेयर क्रिएटिव की नहीं, शायद उस ग्रुप में मैंने जो क्रिएट किए थे वो सारे, तो मैंने वो मेल वो मैसेज स्टूडेंट वेलफेयर को फॉरवर्ड किया था। देन ही कॉल्ड दैट गर्ल जिसने सारा नाटक चलाया, क्योंकि कोई भी अगर इशू हो तो यूनिवर्सिटी विल नॉट बी रिस्पांसिबल। यहाँ पे क्या है कि कुछ एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप की मामला आ जाता है कि CADC से बात कर लिया, लेकिन चार्ज 10,000 रुपीस, आपसे 12,000 चार्ज करेंगे, earn something. That is good, ठीक है, वो as an individual capacity. लेकिन responsibility कौन लेगा अगर कहीं भी कोई problem हो? The university is not involved in these type of activities at all. अगर आप कोई इस तरह की एक्टिविटीज में इन्वॉल्व है, फर्स्ट verify it from the university officials. Be it being student welfare is the concerned person in this case. भावना मैडम हमारे डिपार्टमेंट से, please assistant dean. So Bhavna Narwal is from IT department. She is assistant dean, and Manoj Soni sir from mechanical department is dean student welfare. So first verify from the concerned person and then take your own decision. बहुत सारी चीजें ऐसी इसमें दिख रही होंगी डिफरेंट ग्रुप्स में. तो यूनिवर्सिटी की साइड से कुछ भी नहीं है. यूनिवर्सिटी की साइड से जो एक्टिविटीज है वो एकेडमिक कैलेंडर का पार्ट है. Like Telangana is already scheduled on 22nd and 23rd of October. That is an annual fest. Last year district region से नहीं हुआ था. So last year was in even semester. So इस बार हमने report करके उसको last time was in whole semester March में था शायद. अब उसको अक्टूबर में. So first time मतलब last year वालों के लिए भी Telangana करेगा अभी last year नहीं हुआ. So it is already scheduled and it is happening as per the schedule. जितने भी inner is your tech fest, one sport fest, one literary fest, few conferences, international conferences. So वो as per the academic calendar वैसे ही होगी. 27th is the closing of your validity, though it's not a part of your calendar because final नहीं था. तो honorable LG, Lieutenant Governor of NCTU Delhi is coming to the university first time. So he will attend the validity function. We decided that function along with other dignitaries. So academic calendar is the authentic schedule. बाकी जो चीजें होंगी वो डिपार्टमेंट से ही आपके कंसर्न ये वाली जो चीजें यहाँ पे घूम रही है वो अनऑथराइज्ड है. बहुत सारे ट्रेनिंग प्रोग्राम्स, इंटर्नशिप्स, आईजीटीटी में लोकल एक्टिविटी आ रही है तो वो सब फेक है, इलीगल है एक तरह से. अगर यूनिवर्सिटी चाहे can take legal action against those companies. They are the small training providers. कुछ स्टूडेंट्स भी हैं जिन्होंने अपना ऑफिशियल कुछ कंपनीज शुरू कर लिए. They are good in DSA and they are giving training. They are charging something. So that is not allowed. That is not legal. तो कोई भी इस तरह की एक्टिविटी आप पहले एक बार कंफर्म करें तब उसको करें. ये लाइव जा रहा है. अच्छा, तो मैसेजेस फॉर एवरीवन जो यहाँ पे है वो भी और जो नहीं है for those also for all the solicitors. Yes. तो पहली एडवाइस वेबसाइट को कंटिन्यूअसली हफ्ते में एक बार ओपन करें. जो सर्कुलर्स हैं, जो नोटिसेस हैं वो यहाँ पे वेबसाइट हो, यहाँ नोटिस बोर्ड नहीं है उस तरह का सिस्टम नहीं है स्कूल वाला. यहाँ पे मैक्सिमम इंफॉर्मेशन आपकी यूनिवर्सिटी की वेबसाइट. सर्कुलर्स अगर आपको ये देखना है कि कौन क्या है, लाइक अरुण शर्मा इज डीन एकेडमिक्स, तो कहां से पता लगेगा? until unless you visit to the academic institution or you visit to the website. डिपार्टमेंट का नाम लिखा होगा. in my case मैंने नीचे लिखा हुआ प्रोफेसर आईटी. so either I am available in professor IT means my room in IT department or in academic division. He is student welfare from mechanical department, so he sits in mechanical department. He एग्जाम डिवीजन है हमारे पास. लोकेशन पता है आपको सब कहां है. एग्जाम डिवीजन इज कंप्यूटर सेंटर से आगे वाली बिल्डिंग. एकेडमिक डिवीजन इज कंप्यूटर सेंटर से पहले वाली बिल्डिंग लाइब्रेरी के ऊपर. लाइब्रेरी आपने सबने देखी होनी चाहिए अभी तक. सो जितने ऑफिशियल्स हैं नाम आपको पता होंगे, डिपार्टमेंट के लिए बताऊंगा देन यू विल पुट इट. काम कौन करता कोई और कोई आगे सर. तो इन द न्यू close. Thank you all. Thank you, sir. लाइब्रेरी के पास जाए तो यहाँ जो जिस डिवीजन का जो कंसर्न ऑफिशियल है, जो हेड है, उससे आपको सपोर्ट मांगना है. जैसे मैंने तो वीक कर दिया कि बोनाफाइड सर्टिफिकेट अगर आपको चाहिए तो एचओडी को भी शायद नहीं पता हो कौन बनाता है. मुझे पता है ना, आपको पता है. लाइब्रेरी का काम है डिजिटल लाइब्रेरी इज रिलेटेड टू लाइब्रेरी. लाइब्रेरी सेक्शन के पास जाएं, कंफर्म करेंगे कौन से कंप्यूटर पे लाइब्रेरी ओपन हो रही है, what type of journals, what type of books. There are thousands of e-books if you have subscribed. आप उसको इवन शायद घर पे भी एक्सेस कर सकते हैं उन ई-बुक्स को. ऐसा कुछ है तो जस्ट एडवाइसेस आप मेरे से बात किया, देन आई विल मेक श्योर अगर है तो, मुझे लगता है तो वैसे, पर मैंने अभी एक्सेस नहीं है ना. हाँ है बिल्कुल है. हमने बिकॉज मेंबर ऑफ दैट एडवाइजरी कमेटी जहाँ पे हमने मुझे लगता है आई थिंक 30-40 lakhs of rupees यूनिवर्सिटी ने स्पेंड किए और डिजिटल सब्सक्रिप्शन ऑफ द ई-बुक्स डिजिटल तो है वो नहीं है तो नहीं. हाँ हाँ बिल्कुल ठीक है, उन्होंने कहीं भी दिए कर लिया. लाइब्रेरी क्या चीज है, डिजिटली आप लाइब्रेरी को एक्सेस कर पाएं. यू कैन एक्सेस इट ऑन मोबाइल फोन. एक है कि वहां पे 4 कंप्यूटर रखती है और वहां पे आप एक्सेस कर पा रहे हैं. तो मैं क्यों वहां पे जाऊंगा लैपटॉप पे वहां पे एक्सेस करूंगा. मतलब डिजिटल लाइब्रेरी शायद वो रेफर करना कि यहां हमने कितने मार्क नहीं किए, लेकिन इससे शायद हमने नीचे बनाया था ये जो यहां लाइब्रेरी होती है वहां पे जो करेंगे उसको कर दिया वहां पे शायद तो लाइब्रेरी. सो on your mobile, on your laptop, you can access other बड़ी इशू ये हुआ ये सारी चीजें होल्ड करें जब तक आपको ईमेल एंड लाइब्रेरी कार्ड एंड योर एनरोलमेंट ये सब के साथ. ऐसा नहीं है वैसे प्रैक्टिकली अगर बोलूं तो, लेकिन होगा नहीं जब आप क्लास में नहीं आओगे. लेकिन एलिजिबल आप हैं बिकॉज लैक ऑफ अटेंडेंस का मीनिंग है कि आपकी अटेंडेंस अगर 75% से कम है तो फिर तो आप पेपर बैक आ गया. जैसे ही बैक आ गई देयर आर मोर देन मतलब आई थिंक 70-80% ऑफ द कंपनीज दे आस्क दे शुड नॉट बी इन बैक. कभी आप मतलब उसमें से एक ही होता है कि आपकी थर्ड सेमेस्टर बैक आई आपने सेमेस्टर क्लियर कर लिया. तो कुछ कंपनीज ऐसी चीजें ठीक है, अगर आपने क्लियर कर ली आज की डेट में बैक नहीं होती. कुछ कंपनीज क्लियरली कहते हैं लाइफ में कभी आपकी बैक नहीं आनी. तो बैक चाहे वो फेल होने की वजह से है, बैक चाहे वो डिटेन की वजह से है, या सबसे ऊपर खतरनाक चीज है वो अनफेयर फीस जो अभी हमारी यूनिवर्सिटी बढ़ता जा रहा है और इसकी वजह से सारी चीजें अफेक्ट कर रही है. अनफेयर फीस तो जो चीटिंग एग्जाम में जो कर लेते हैं जो बैठा है यहाँ पे कुछ है यहाँ पे लिखा हुआ है यहाँ पे लिखा हुआ है ये सब पकड़े जाते हैं. यहाँ बहुत खतरनाक एग्जाम में नहीं चलती. हर सेमेस्टर में 30, 35, 40 केसेस अनफेयर फीस के आते हैं एंड उनका सीरियस रिजल्ट ये है कि अब वो प्लेसमेंट पा होता ये सर पढ़ नहीं पाए थे रात को कल कहीं फंक्शन था और हमने पढ़े नहीं तो इसलिए फिट बनाने से मतलब दो ही चीजें पकड़े गए तो कैरियर खत्म है. नहीं पकड़े गए तो शायद आप कुछ कर लें, लेकिन अगर वो कैरियर खत्म वाली सिचुएशन है तो मुझे लगता है कि एडवाइसेस टेस्ट ना. इस बार दो स्टूडेंट ऐसे जो फोर्थ ईयर में ही करते पकड़े हैं प्लेसमेंट के बाद. वन वाज प्लेस्ड इन अमेज़न, वन वाज अनदर शायद ओरेकल की आईटी के स्टूडेंट है, फोर्थ ईयर के स्टूडेंट है. तो आई शुड नॉट कोट मेरा अपना डिपार्टमेंट है, लेकिन प्लेसमेंट कंपनी ने बाहर दिया बिकॉज़ उनको एक सेमेस्टर का रिजल्ट चाहिए था और एक सेमेस्टर का रिजल्ट एक सेमेस्टर पकड़े गए.
तो आईटी की
रेपुटेशन खराब नहीं होगी लेकिन प्रसिद्धि नहीं होगी अगर आईटी के स्टूडेंट पकड़े जा रहे हैं. ये तो प्लीज से याद है कि मेरे पास बहुत लोग आते हैं सब वो बेसिक जब कर लें क्योंकि पॉलिसी कहीं ना कहीं हमारे यहाँ से होती है, लेकिन कंपनी बिल्कुल ड्यूड होती है, गवर्नमेंट बिल्कुल एडवोकेट नहीं करती है, वो क्वेश्चन हमारे ऊपर. तो चीटिंग बहुत एक स्ट्रिक्ट मैसेज है जो डोंट बी इन्वॉल्व इन सक्सेस होते और सब पकड़े जाते हैं. कोई ऐसा कोई धुंधर यहाँ पे नहीं है. हमने भी इस साल यही लोगों को एरिया स्कीपिंग करते हुए पकड़ तो फर्स्ट सेमेस्टर के लिए होगा सारी चीज. तो इसका में आने में टाइम लगेगा. कुछ अभी मुझसे इश्यूज भी होंगे बिकॉज अभी हमें 47 को जो इंडक्शन का क्लोजिंग है उस दिन 6 को क्या बने हैं मोबाइल ऑपरेशन है हिसाब कर रहे हैं. तो वो जब रूम्स मिलेंगे तो चीजें थोड़ा सा और बेटर होंगी बिकॉज हमारे अपने डिपार्टमेंट में एआई डेटा साइंस के स्टूडेंट उनके भी क्लासेस वो क्लास वहां पे शिफ्ट होंगी. देन आईटी डिपार्टमेंट को अपना हम ले तो बैलेंसिंग बेटर होता है। इसी इंजीनियरिंग गवर्नमेंट यूनिवर्सिटी से मिले हैं तो वरदान है। यहाँ यहाँ आप बीपीएस बीपीएस वहाँ से करते हैं गवर्नमेंट यूनिवर्सिटी तो बहुत एक्सपेक्ट करते हैं। देखो ना कौन है ये सबकी वेबसाइट पे सोसाइटी वाला डेवलपमेंट में कहीं ना कहीं वेबसाइट एक्सप्लोर करें। ये डब्ल्यू का अगर देखेंगे तो उसमें साइंस सोसाइटी की डिटेल होगी, उसमें प्रेसिडेंट का नाम भी होगा, और ये सब प्रेजेंटेशन है डीएसडब्ल्यू प्रेजेंटेशन हो गया। आप करते नहीं है हुई नहीं अगर तीन खत्म होगा सारे तो डीएसडब्ल्यू की एक प्रेजेंटेशन होगी तो निशा राय ने उसमें ये एक्सप्लेन ऑल द क्लब सोसाइटीज अपनी टीम से इंट्रोड्यूस कराएंगे। मुझे लगता है सोसाइटीज ने इंटरेक्ट करना शुरू कर दिया नेशनल और जो भी चल रहा है जो अभी एक्टिविटीज स्टूडेंट लेवल में होता है जो एक्टिविटी डिपार्टमेंट में हो रही यूनिवर्सिटी में हो रही वो यूनिवर्सिटी की एक्टिविटी। अगर आप यूनिवर्सिटी से बाहर कोई एक्टिविटी कर रहे हैं तो फिर हाँ 9 + 9 5 + 3 अगर आप एक तो वैकेंसीज और वैकेंसीज में आपको थोड़ा नहीं ना आप आपकी एलिजिबिलिटी 9.5 को भी नहीं मिल रहा है और मेरे 9.2 को मिल रहा है बिकॉज जहाँ पे आप जाना चाहते हैं वहाँ पे जो वैकेंसीज है उसमें आपको कम है उसमें आप पास सेक्शन नहीं जैसे अब आप अगर आपने जो विड्रॉ करता है वो कंटिन्यू तो होगा नहीं अगले साल हम उसको अपने मैकेनिकल के स्टूडेंट को हो सकता है सीसी यार वो तो सीएस तो आपको पेपर आता है क्वेश्चन आता है बहुत आसान है तो आपको नहीं आता है तो बेसिक चीजें नहीं आती ये तो कुछ नहीं।
सर लाइक हमने जितने सीट्स बात करी ना वो ये कहते हैं कि जो आईटी ब्रांच है मेनली आईटी पहले
कोई भी कंपनी ऐसी नहीं आ रही है जो ये कहती हो कि मुझे सीएससी चाहिए आईटी नहीं चाहिए नॉट इवन सिंगल का मतलब मैंने नहीं देखा अभी इवन ये तो हुआ है कि पब्लिकली पहले सीएससी एआई एलिजिबल नहीं था सीएससी और आईटी क्योंकि वो एलाइड नहीं चाहिए था उनको कोर ब्रांच चाहिए सीएससी का एक ही कंपनी थी कंपनी थी मतलब ये डिपेंड करेगा आपके ऊपर कि आप सीएससी से कैसे बेटर हो तो फार लास्ट ईयर मुझे पता नहीं 25 में आईटी का प्लेसमेंट सीएससी से बेटर था एवरेज पैकेज वाज बेटर इन आईटी इन कंपैरिजन टू सीएससी क्योंकि आप नीचे हैं ऑब्वियसली आपको एफर्ट थोड़ा ज्यादा लगाना है सीएससी वाले प्रोटेक्शन में होता है यहाँ पे टॉप लाइन अगर आप एफर्ट लगाएंगे तो आप आगे जाएंगे नहीं लगाएंगे ये सीधी कंपटीशन है और कंपटीशन बहुत टफ है तो अब इस बार 800 स्टूडेंट 836 डिग्री मिली आपके केस में 1512 डिग्री लेंगे डबल हो रहा है डबल होने तो कंपनी डबल ही ले रही है तो कम करती जा रही है तो अभी तक हमारे टीसीएस नहीं आती थी इन्फोसिस नहीं आती थी बिकॉज ऑफ मास रिक्रूटर थी वहां के पैकेज 4 लाख 4.5 लाख तक तो जाने ही चाह रहा था धीरे धीरे सिचुएशन नहीं आ रही वो भी उन्हें बुलाना पड़ रहा है तो कहीं ना कहीं प्लेसमेंट चाहिए ना एफर्ट आपके कम होते जा रहे हैं सीरियसनेस कम होती जा रही है इसे आपके लेवल पे सीरियस होने की जरूरत है कंपनी जितनी आ रही है उतनी आ रही है कोई ऐसी कंपनी नहीं है जो पिछले साल आई इस साल नहीं आती वाली तो अपनी पॉलिसी होगी बट अगर आप 4-5 साल की कंपनी का पैटर्न देखें तो एप्पल इस बार नहीं आई है लेकिन लास्ट ईयर तक एप्पल की है कोई नेक्स्ट ईयर आ रही है एप्पल शायद आईआईटी में जाती है और हमारे यहाँ आ रही है इवन एनआईटी में नहीं जाती तो लाई रही थी माइक्रोसॉफ्ट ओरेकल सिस्को फ्लिपकार्ट पीएनवाई जितनी कंसल्टेंसी कंपनी पीडब्ल्यूसी मैकिन्से गोल्डमैन सैक्स सब आ रही है तो आपको देखना है प्लेसमेंट सेल को कुछ नहीं करेगा प्लेसमेंट सेल के कहने से किसी को जॉब मिलनी या नहीं मिलनी नहीं तो आपके अपने पर जब से आप सीरियस हो जाएंगे इतना टाइम बेटर करता है 2 साल बाद सोचेंगे कि मुझे 2 साल पहले सीरियस को मोबाइल कर लिया और सोचते हैं तो कॉम्पिटिशन होते हैं चलिए थैंक यू पिछले समझने की आदत डालें तो ये कि मतलब मजबूरी कि ये कुछ सेशन बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट हो सकते हो कुछ नहीं भी होंगे लेकिन कम से कम समझे कि अगर यूनिवर्सिटी ने कुछ अगर ऑर्गेनाइज किया तो उसके किया हो, तो जबरदस्ती बैठना के माइंड में तो आ रहा है, लेकिन कहीं ना कहीं बेनिफिशियल होगा। अगर जबरदस्ती से आ रहे हैं तो हमारे एफर्ट्स ये होंगे कि हम कैसे टेस्टिंग करें आगे 2 साल बाद तो हमारे काम। अगर वो फील उनको मिल रही है मुझे सुनने को नहीं बैठा, मुझे नहीं सुनोगे कोई बात नहीं, मैं तो जबरदस्ती मानूंगा, मैं तो 4 साल से सिखाऊंगा अभी। लेकिन अगर कोई इंडस्ट्री से कोई बंदा एंड अगर उनको ये फील मिल रही है कि यहाँ फर्स्ट ईयर के स्टूडेंट का सेंस क्या होगा, तो हमारे लिए बहुत मुश्किल है। एंड ये ऐसा नहीं है कि उनकी रिक्वायरमेंट है, हमारी रिक्वायरमेंट है इंडस्ट्री
has held leadership roles across reputed organizations, including Motherson, Maruti Suzuki, HCL, DXC Technology, and Genpact. His expertise spans IT delivery, operational excellence, financial management, global account management, and large-scale technology and automation initiatives. Mr. Parida holds a mechanical engineering degree from Rockela and an MBA from FMS Delhi University. Professional achievements, he is actively involved in corporate social responsibility and M&I initiatives. We are delighted to have Mr. Biswajit Parida with us today. A very warm welcome to you, sir. To mark the commencement of this hour and express our gratitude, I request ma'am to kindly present a token of appreciation to sir. Thank you, sir. Just take the call.
Hello, everybody able to hear me? So, welcome everybody. It's sir. And I want to tell all of you is that let's make this session quite interactive. Okay. And what I want to talk some of my experiences which are there in the industry. And first of all, let me congratulate all of you that you have got a position in this institute. It is known for its academic excellence and industry collaboration. So you have worked hard to reach this stage, and then again you have another 4 years of staying in this institute. And it is very one of the important life. It is important not that you have joined an undergraduate program or a postgraduate program in institute, but you are in the path of becoming an institute. That is very important actually. And when I look into this group, you have students from IT and then computer science, AIML. So you are from diverse field. And one thing which is definitely common among is that you are now joining the profession at a time of extraordinary change. We will discuss about that extraordinary change, what is happening, because those changes we will discuss about, because change management is very important, which I am going to talk about it. And during my 30 plus years of my experience, I have seen technology changes, industry has transformed, engineering practice has also evolved. So during my career, I have seen certain technologies which are no more in use. So I want to give an example of floppy disk. So have you used a floppy disk nowadays? No. We use pager nowadays? No. So even some of the software languages, COBOL, which are of course used for mainframe, but nowadays you are not using it. And even Visual Basic, you must be using it slightly on an advanced version. Very lower version of Visual Basic you may not be using nowadays. Or even the Fortran, which you must have read a line in your subject matter, but that is also not in text. So what is happening? The way we design, the way we communicate, the way we try to solve engineering problems has changed. So what I will do, I will take you through the experiences which I have in the different universities. So let me start. I started my career in Maruti Suzuki. When I joined that industry, so it was one of the largest automobile manufacturer in the country, having nearly 70% of the market share. Nowadays, they were around 41% of the market share. And it's quite difficult. With so much of competition, it's also difficult to sustain such a high level. You cannot maintain 70% when you have other competitors like Tata Motors, Mahindra, Hyundai. There are so many competitors in the market. So, what I want to tell you is that in Maruti, there is certain called vehicle tracking system. Okay. I'll just show you about those things. Okay. Can you go to the first slide? I will go to the first slide. Then go to this. Okay. So there is a vehicle tracking system. So the vehicle will move to these different stops in the plant. We will talk more about that. Then you have a vehicle dispatch system. Vehicle dispatch means once the vehicle is ready, after this inspection is over, it will be now dispatched to the dealer. So we have different dealers all over India, and then we also export it to various countries. So there is a vehicle dispatch system. So when I am talking about the system, these are all software systems. These are all software systems. Because to manage such a vast network of dealers and vendors, and top of that, you also buy a car, you become a customer. So again, you are also part of the bigger family. So it is very difficult to do it manually. So everything is done through a system. So let's take another example, spare parts. So what is spare parts? Any idea? Anybody? No? So spare part means, like for example, mouse. When you buy a laptop, one of the part is a mouse. So tomorrow the mouse is not working. What you will do? We will buy another mouse, so that is a spare part. So now imagine when I was working, 3,000 cars were there daily. Now imagine maybe 1 million vehicles, 10 lakhs of vehicles have been sold during my time. So how will manage that? Okay. So some car will not working, so they need spare parts. Those are called spare parts. So I need a mirror, so that is a spare part. Okay, so there is a spare part management system. Then we have a vast network of dealers and vendors. So vendors are who? Any idea what is a vendor? Vendor is the supplier. Okay. So like for example, mouse. Suppose this mouse HP. So HP has got a brand in it, but maybe Logitech is the supplier to HP. I'm just giving a hypothetical example. May not be a real example because that they will not disclose it to me. Who is their supplier? Okay. So they outsource. That is called outsourcing. Okay. So those are the basically the vendors. The vendors are the suppliers. Then we have got vendor management system, then production engineering, hardware engineering. These are all the systems again managed by a centralized IT team in Maruti. Anybody has visited Maruti? So you take that opportunity and visit, because Maruti, Mahindra and Mahindra, Hyundai, these are called OEM, original equipment manufacturer. They are very large. Okay, their IT systems are very vast. Okay, we'll discuss some of the things. So now my point to all of you is that you please visit this industry during your interns. So why I am telling you? So if you go to the production line, the workflow you will see, they are showing explain. What you will understand is the production process, and that will get into your requirement document. So whenever you design a software, the first thing which you prepare is a requirement document. So you prepare a requirement document, once you capture all the requirements, okay? And then what you will do, it becomes much easier for you to now design and program it, and then deliver it to the customer. Is it clear? Okay. But today, I will, in the end, I'm not going to talk about what is there and that I talk about the extraordinary change, which I'm going to talk slightly with some examples, how this AI/ML is revolutionizing the entire scene. Okay. And I don't know how you people are reacting, but the entire IT community, they are reacting to it actually, because they have to now go up in the ladder, in the learning curve. So they were here, now they have to immediately jump to this level to who are in the industry or in IT companies. We will discuss more. So another thing I want to tell, Maruti was using Oracle. Okay. So when I was there, it was 7i, then it becomes 11i. These are the different versions. Like Windows, you have 7, 8, like. Now, after 35 years, they are moving to a ERP solution called SAP. So, anybody has having ERP? Any idea ERP? Okay, you will learn it. Just listen from me because I'm not going to use a lot of jargon, but you try to understand. So, ERP is Enterprise Resource Planning. Okay, and there are various tools, and SAP is one of the, like Oracle was one of the tools. SAP is another important tool. So, after 35 years, they are moving to SAP. So, my point here is that you have to learn very fast and move as per the industry expectation. Now, imagine there is a IT team who have been working in Oracle for such a quite long time. Suddenly, you move to another new domain that is called SAP. Okay. So, that is my point. Now, I will take you through slightly go back to our industrial revolution, how we are working. Okay. So let me first tell you, this industrial revolution is driving the government policy. Okay, how the government will work, academics and the industry. Okay. So like industry 1.0, it was all about mechanization. When we talk about water power, steam power, you must have heard about steam engine. Or have you seen a steam engine? I have seen, I was fortunate to see in Darjeeling. When I gone there, I could see one steam engine going on the track. So you find very rarely you find the steam engine. So that was industry 1.0. 2.0, when the mass production started. What do you mean mass production? Any idea? Anybody can say what is mass production? Mass production means producing huge quantity. I'm not manufacturing 1, 2 components in the mass production. Okay, and then the concept of assembly line will come. I will show you the assembly line, how it happens in Maruti. So you'll have a fair good idea. Then in 3.0, the automation came where we have electronics, we have computers, which you all know about it. And presently, we are in the industry 4.0, where we are talking about AI/ML, we are talking about cloud computing, we are talking about BI. Data BI means business analytics. Okay, and then big data, cloud computing, all those things are. This is why I am showing you, because I will show you how the transition has happened. What has happened when earlier, when I was there, industry 3.0, there were very few robots working in the Maruti plant. Okay, then let me now explain you the next. So take 2-3 minutes to explain you the entire Maruti, how the production happens. Because why I am quite excited, because while I was working in the process part, I have to take care of all these plants. So I remember everything. Okay, from A to Z. Even today, I can visualize how the plant looks like. Where now things have changed, as I told what changes we find. So first is a press saw. So what is a press saw? So basically, the steel sheet will come. Okay, it will get pressed. So your car hood, door, bumper, back door, side door, all these frames will be prepared. Clear? So that is called a press off. Once the press off is done, then it will go to the weld shop where it will get welded, and then the frame will be prepared. Okay. Is it clear to everybody? So then the frame will be prepared. Once that frame is done, then it will go to the paint shop, where there will be, at my time, there are 3 layers of painting were done. Okay, and maybe slightly go into detail. If you know galvanization, so the entire body will get into a tank full of where zinc and other thing, and you know that anode cathode concept which you have read in science. So with that, the entire body will be coated with the zinc because it will reduce the rust. Fantastic, you know about that. Very nice. So, and then after that, one round of automated painting, then finally there is a manual spray painting happening. Okay. Then the assembly shop I will show you, where once the paint shop is go, it will enter into the assembly line. So it is a conveyor belt. Entire plant is a conveyor belt. The belt where all the parts will be fitted, and then the car will roll out, and there will be a vehicle inspection. So vehicle inspection is very interesting one, is that the vehicle will go inside, if you see it inside the car, you go inside a rainforest. So there will be a lot of rain. When the vehicle will come out, you can check whether there is a leakage inside the vehicle or not. Clear to all of you? So that is how the entire car manufacturing happens. So now, what has happened in the press shop? In the 3.0, 3.0, what was happening is that there are few manual handling. So why I am telling it? Because when I am an engineer in Maruti, at that time there is a compulsory that when we join there, we have to work 6 months in the line production. Okay, so whenever this frame will come, I will manually inspect whether there is a spot, dent in the vehicle. There is a dent because the customer will not buy it. If there will be a dent, he will not buy it. Okay, so I have to do it manually. Then I will go to the weld shop. I was working in the van line, Maruti van you have seen. I myself have done the spot welding. Okay, for 1 month. Okay, I've done that welding for 1 month because the Japanese people believe in that you need to work like a worker to understand the entire manufacturing process. Okay, so I will not be afraid today. If you ask me to do welding, I can do that. Then it went to the paint shop, but paint shop being a very sophisticated lab, they will just give me a sandpaper and say that wherever there is a dent or a painting is done, that you remove it. But the technician who are there, they will do the manual spray painting. They will not allow me to do that. Then in the assembly shop where I have worked, so you can fit a mirror, you can fit a wheel, you can fit a bumper, you can fit a dashboard. So those are the things which will happen. But now coming in the weld shop, it was all manual welding. I was talking about paint shop. There was the last stage was all the manual, and then parts were fitted manually. And then only the front windshield, which you are seeing nowadays, there was a robot. So what happened? The front window will be just fit like this in the car. So there is a robot which will just, what he will do, will pick up that and then put it on that, on the front side of the car. That is one. Or there is an adhesive they will put on the edge so that it fits properly, because that will otherwise lead to a lot of leakage. There will be leakage in the car. So that was again, I took paint, those are manually. Now what has happened? Nowadays the things have changed. Now the press shop, that frame which I was doing it manually, now it is done through an automated vision robot. So it will come and just check the frame and tell that where is their dent. So now I will ask you a very, very pertinent question. So your accuracy will be high or the robot accuracy? Okay, robot accuracy will be high. So we will talk about that more on this AI part. Okay, which is going to be really interesting. I'll talk about some examples. Okay, so now what has happened? This robot is giving you more accuracy. Okay, higher productivity. So during my times, what I used to do, I will say that now I have already worked 2 hours. Can I take a rest for 15 minutes, half an hour, because I will get tired. Okay, but robot will not say that I am getting tired. So what will happen? The productivity has increased now. Clear? So like today I need 3,000 cars. Okay, so he will do it for 6,000 cars. Time will be ready. Okay, but we people, what we do, we are only limiting it to 3,000 cars. So we'll talk more about that, how it is interesting. And then when I went to paint shop, I said weld shop. Now it is robotic welding. So there is no more manual welding. So it is robotic welding. Then you go to paint shop. Now it is robotic painting. Go to assembly shop. Now what is happening is that it was a rigid assembly line. Now what is happening is that like Maruti is facing a competition and they want to go for more type of SUVs. Okay. So now they are going to launch another 7 SUVs very soon because they want to, because their market share is getting affected. They will increase the more production. So how it will happen? So that is why the flexible technology thing has come up. So let me just share. So now you see, this is how they were doing this assembly line. You could see people are standing there. Okay. Now I will take you to the next screen. What you are seeing here. Robots. Okay. Now these robots are going to revolutionize in the industry 4.0. So I have heard that the 5,000 robots are going to work in some 4-5 plants. So they are opening of a plant in Kharkhoda in Haryana, another in Gujarat, which will simulate this type of environment. Okay. So my point to all of you, I think all of you are in AI, ML and IT. So it is very pertinent that how things are getting revolutionized. Your thing are getting picturized here. Earlier some previous slide, human beings were standing, now it is there. And there is a plant by Chrysler in US. I am talking of 2011. When I visited there, completely automated. So whenever you go inside the plant, like why in US, you go in Japan, you will find it is a ghost factory. You will afraid of going to the software because you will not find human being because it is completely mechanized, automated. So my summation to all of you here is that if you are reading some good magazines like Basic, PC Quest, Data Quest, are you reading it? If you are not doing it, please do it so that you get latest updates about the new technologies which are coming in the market or happening in the. So here I want to take a pause and take you to a slightly different line of thinking. So there are, I'll just give you one example, but there are companies like Maruti, Adani, Vedanta, Reliance. What are taken Adani? Adani was earlier called Adani Enterprises. Now it is called Adani Enterprises, Adani Ports, then Adani Green, Adani Energy, Adani Oil Limited, Gas Oil Limited. So there are so many Adanis there. Now, what is the difference between all these Adanis? Anybody can guess? Here, it was only enterprise. They divide into different verticals. Okay. So now you have got an option. Like you want to focus only on financial services. Please. The next example which I am going to give, which I explained my next piano, was in financial services. Okay. So why I am telling you? So when I say services like ports is basically into what? Logistics and transport. So if you have got an interest in that, you please focus on that. Now why I am telling you? Then another is a healthcare. Now suddenly you are developing a software for healthcare hospitals. Today I will put you into the financial services. Will you be able to do it? Or will you be able to do a justice to yourself? No. So here I am giving you another line of thought is that also while you are good in the technology part, think about an area in which you want to focus. You want to focus in healthcare, then you develop software applications in the healthcare. You want to go into logistics, like I talked about other imports. So you want to go into non-renewable energy, like the other green. Okay. So the industry is giving you a lot of scope actually for all of you. So that you have to see how you want to adjust it. The next organization which I work is the Computer Science Corporation. Now it is called DXC Technology. So anybody heard about DXC Technology? Or your father, anybody working in that organization? No. Okay, so what happens? CSC Computer Science Corporation, they merge with HP Hewlett Packard, HPE Enterprise. So HP Services Division, not the product division. Okay. So they combine now, they form the DXC, which is the largest services or the software company in the. So here I want to tell you it is a multinational. I work in the financial services, which was developing insurance products and healthcare products. So when I say when you go to HDFC life insurance or HDFC insurance, anything, anybody have taken any insurance for this? Do you drive car? Anybody drives car? Nobody. None. Learning right now. So when you go, you can ask your parents that they must be doing a insurance, motor vehicle insurance. Okay, from SDFC or from ICICI Lombard. So there are so many organizations. So those insurance products were developed by me. You are why you want to bring this perspective because you have to now take a decision right now. You want to work in product development, or you want to work in application development, or you want to work in application support. Is it clear to all of you? So there are three different areas. So which is the most interesting and promising line? Product development or application development or application support? Which one is the most promising line? Product development. Okay, so I'll give you an example. Are you using Adobe products? So Adobe has got a office in Noida. Okay, so they have got two units. One is application development and support. One is product development. Okay, so product development means those people who work on the product. Okay, they will do the development of the Adobe product. When you come to support, like one of their customers is HDFC Bank. So if HDFC Bank is Adobe using the Adobe products, so they will do the development and support for them. So now let me ask you. So then there is a product development team who is doing the development. Then what they will do in this development team which is working for HDFC Bank? So there will be some small changes will be suggested by HDFC Bank, for example. Those will be done in the application development and support. So my suggestion to all of you is that first you enter into the support, then move into the development, and then finally move into the product. Because if you directly enter into the product development, the challenge is that you may not able to feature what is. First of all, I told you, if it is a healthcare, one. Second is that you have to go to the highest level of technology knowledge to work on the product development team. Because Adobe will not allow you to work in the product development team because you should be very thorough in the technology, whether it is AM or IT, whichever field you decide to. So is it clear? So basically you have to think in that angle. Slowly you have to upgrade yourself to move into product because they are really the promising area to work. Maybe everybody will not get an opportunity to work there, but I think you should try. Next, my point is that when you work in the services area, okay, or do you know about BPO, business process outsourcing? Any idea? Call center? You know about call centers? Whenever you have a problem in the Airtel, you call phone, or you want to book a ticket in Indigo, you call to a call center. So those are called in a jargon called BPO, business process outsourcing. So is it clear to everybody? It is called BPO. So that is called the business process outsourcing. So now in that industry, when you go there, when you call to the Indigo that I want to book a ticket, so they will log it as a ticket. They will log it as a ticket. I want to book a ticket, so they log it as a ticket, and that will go through a workflow. Okay, so you need to learn different systems. The most popular is called ServiceNow. Okay, then there are Remedy, then there are Jira tools. Jira tools are also used by the software engineers. Okay. So these are for the service management, service management means service request which has to be handled. But then it has to be not that is a booking a ticket. So tomorrow you are facing problem in booking a ticket. What typically you do? You log a complaint and that will again go to the IT team to get resolved. Is it clear to everybody? So another thing, I got an opportunity to work here as a knowledge manager. When I was working as a knowledge manager, what I used to see that we have got a portal or a website where we go and search, try to solve some problem, try to get some knowledge. Okay. But nowadays, what is there? Anybody can do? It is Gemini, it is Chat, okay, Claude. So now things have changed. Things have completely changed, and you people are going to drive that change in the future. Is it clear? You people are going to drive that change. So now you see how things are happening. Now let me take you to my next company that is called Motherson. Okay. So Motherson is a company which is currently now 36 billion USD. It is the largest automobile parts manufacturer. They are a supplier to Maruti, they are supplied to this, and their biggest market is Europe. You name any company, you see big cars, Mercedes, Benz, Volkswagen, Audi, any car you see, all parts are supplied by our company. Okay, I'm part of the IT division, but I'm talking about that part. So here we have to give an entire gamut of IT support to this. So let me start. First is your application support. Okay, I will give you a very small example. In our company, many people will be traveling. Today I travel to San Francisco, tomorrow I travel to this one. So we have got an application, we have developed a product called Stars. Okay. So I will go and book there, log a request that I want to travel to Chennai tomorrow. So please book a ticket, hotel, everything. So that will be managed by a application. So you got this. So that is called an application. So that is called a product which you have developed. But here I want to tell one important thing is that what is the difference between a product and solution? Any idea? Anybody can guess? This is a solution for us. And I will give you another hint for all of you is that Microsoft Windows is a product. Our Stars is a solution. So can you now guess what is the difference between this? Just give a try. Because you are anyway going to face these things in the future. So suppose you tomorrow become a startup and you go to a company and sell your product, they will say you have got a product or you have got a solution. So what's your answer to this? Any guess why it is? We try this. So that is your good, your interpretation, but here the topic is slightly different. Okay, I'm asking there is a product, there is a solution. So let me explain. Windows 11 is rolled out. Tomorrow you find some bug in the Windows 11. Is Microsoft going to change that product? Chances very less. What they will say? Please wait for our next release. Windows 30, Windows 50. Clear? So they will, once the product is launched, because they have done a lot of job, testing, rollout, everything has done, and it has been rolled out throughout the world. It's a product. So what is a solution? Solution is basically, it is a customized solution. So the Stars which is prepared is used in Mothers. Maybe you have sold it out to some other startups, other companies, but it is not. Have you ever heard about Stars? No. You heard about Windows? Clear. Adobe you hear about? So these are the products. So there is a clear differences. So whenever you develop a so-called product and you can customize it for the based on the requirement of the customer. So you have 5 customers. This customer is telling that you add this feature. Another customer is saying that you add this feature, then you customize it. then it becomes a solution. It cannot be product. Clear? Okay, so product is that it goes through a release process which is done. Okay, and it cannot be changed. Like कोई आके बताएगा अरे मेरा लैपटॉप नहीं चल रहा, तो Lenovo is not going to change it. Dell will not going to change it on the same day because they have released one Dell laptop which they cannot change it. Clear? No, it is everybody. What is the difference between it? So now coming back to, so we have got application development infrastructure service. We will talk more about that. ERP, I talk about ERP. There are SAP, then you have Oracle, different ERPs there. Then you have got AIML, then you have got AI business analytics, then you have got global business solution. We talk about the BPO division. Then you have got engineering, design services. So there are whole gamut of services which are here. But let me talk about slightly only infrastructure services. So those who are, some of you are in the IT also here. Yes. So what you are going to cover in this next 4 weeks? Just like this. Any one area to tell you. I will talk about more about that. But you tell me one area in IT. Huh? Web development, how to common IT. You are in the core IT or you are in computer science? Core IT. This computer science only. So the gentleman who came and set up this for me is an IT guy. Okay, they are infrastructure people. Okay, they are the infrastructure people and they are the most needed people in the organization. कल मेरा लैपटॉप नहीं चल रहा है, अरे मेरा लैपटॉप नहीं चल रहा है, इसको ठीक करा दो. Who is the person? IT. Not the computer science graduate, not the AI person, not the mechanical engineer, not the mechanics. Clear? So, in organizations, these IT people who are their core IT people, they are the backbone of the organization. Okay? So what these people cover, let's discuss about that. So you use email management. Then there is an Active Directory. Okay. Now, have you got an IGDT email or are you using your personal email? Personal email. But like ma'am is using the IGDT email. So that is called an Active Directory management. So tomorrow she will shift to another department, then the AD has to be changed. So that is email and AD management. Then you talk about networking. Okay. So when I talk of networking, so let me just take you through. This is network. Okay. So these are the IT people which you are going to study about. I think you have seen at your home actually. You have got a printer, you have a desktop, then you have got a router, you have a firewall. No. So this firewall we are going to have in IGDT in my organization because to reduce our threats, the threats which will come, okay, the hacking will not happen, phishing will not happen. We'll talk slightly more about cybersecurity. So that is what I am talking about. So then another area, data center. We'll talk about this data center, slightly more about that. And then you have a host of cybersecurity multi-factor authentication. Any idea what I'm talking about multi-factor authentication? You don't know, but yes, right? It's multi-factor authentication. What is that? This is jargon I'm using, but when you log into your system, what you do? You have a password, user ID password. So that is an authentication. Okay. When I have got my laptop, when I get into that, it is got through 2 levels of authentication. Earlier only one. Just user ID will come, password will come, I was entering. But now company has put 2 levels of. Now, admin that all these laptops of this IGDTU servers is managed by an administrator. So he will have much more higher level of access and much more control because Tomorrow I can access it, I can hack into the systems. So the multi-factor authentication is like one area of the cybersecurity. Then we will talk about PAM, privilege access management, security operations center. Okay, I think these are all things which are covered under the cybersecurity. And the more important which happen in our organization is the cybersecurity training. Okay. Every week I will, or every 15 days I will have to take a training. Okay, because the common one is phishing. So I will give an example. Just 15 days back, I got a message from Delhi police that is login. I logged in. Then they have two challans. One chalan was in year 2021, year 22, and then the recent one in 2026. Sorry, June 2026. So I was very surprised that the account suddenly there are two challans, each 2000 they chat. Then there are virtual court. I think you heard about digital arrest and other things. Okay. So anyway, I went to and talked to one of my colleagues and asked him what is all about this. We called his father-in-law who is working in Delhi police to check whether this, how far it is true. And he checked my car number and there was no challenge. So what is that? What do you call this? This is, yeah, what we will go, which is called phishing. Okay, so you learn, you slowly learn in cyber security, that is called phishing. So we have been trained this day to day because many type of phishing can happen. Example, but you are facing day to day, same thing. That is at your personal level, here you will have an organization level. Okay, because they will hack the entire Motherson systems. You got the point? They will enter into the data centers. But in your case, they will hack your mobile, they take out your money from your bank. That much they can do. But can you imagine when they hack into Motherson? So many things are at risk. They may they will take out our design. They can take our money. They can disturb the entire ecosystem of the Motherson. So anything can happen actually. Okay, so that is a phishing. So those type of training we take every day. Okay, by different type of examples, you can do those training. Is it clear? So that is all cyber security set of things which you need. So this is what happens in. So now what we will do. So now today we are experiencing a major transformation in the automation, computation, and AI. Okay, and one good thing about all of you is that this technology will change. Okay, but good engineer, you want the ability to think logically. Okay, ability to solve a problem, ability to coordinate with other disciplines. Okay, and then the urge to learn also. These are the things, okay, which is very invaluable, which I have seen in my entire career. I have always tried to preserve. Means even there are a lot of technology changes which are happening. So what I want to do in the next few minutes. So what, ma'am, how much time I have got? 5:30. So let's close it within another 10 minutes. Is it fine with all of you? Okay.
When they updated that which technologies have come into the market and which are in the news right now. Where the update?
So I told you that you read those magazines that is digit, EC quest, database. Okay, start with that. You can go to much more thing, but I will ask you a very particular question. Why you are looking for magazines? I have already given you the answer. I have already given you the answer for the beginning. Why we are discussing? Anyone guess what I have solution I have given? Yes, this magazine you should do that. You have Gemini. You have ChatGPT. Okay. So, for example, today I have come here to do a session in IGBT. But what I did, I want to know what are the different streams which are running in this organism. What I will do just write there. Did you answer? Okay. But one important thing I want to just tell you is that the prompt which you are learning, that is called prompt engine. Okay, so the, all the students with IP, AI, please be good at prompt engine. Okay, if I just write that what is IGDTW, okay, what information it will give? It will give a organization which is there in Delhi, focused on women, okay, and different streams. But if I write there slightly more that I want to work in a very specific area that is called AIML, is IGDQ is offering this course or not? So what will happen? It will give you a perfect answer. Yes, there is a department of AIML where you can join this. So my request to all of you is that we'll talk about that. Do a certification in prompt engineering. Okay. The prompt engineering is the base of AIML and for all the items. Because earlier what was happening, you were using your internet. So what you are trying to do is that you are trying to just write, okay, विश्वजीत पटेल ये बंदा कौन है इसका इंजीनियर वो प्रोफेसर आदि यहाँ पर अरे हम कर रहे थे. But now it is prompt engineering because if you want to go to Gemini or ChatGPT or Claude, you have to know promptly how to write a prompt. And it is a stream actually. It is a stream. It is a branch and it is an engineering. Okay. So let's quickly because we have to close this session. So my point is here is that first of all, now don't learn this subject. Learn this. Is it clear? So the software engineers should also learn what physical systems as well as the hardware. Okay, clear to everybody because like that is the first thing which I will do. And now the modern engineering is the intersection of various disciplines. So example is data center. In data center, we need mechanical engineers, we need electronics engineers, we need electrical engineers. We also need network engineers, we need software engineers. Because, for example, who will manage the electrical generator? Electrical engineer. Who will manage the storage? IT. Okay, IT. Server, IT. SAN, storage area network. Okay, there is IT. Okay, but storage area network, there is a backend. What? The software is running. So that again has to be done by the computer science people. Okay, so it is a one like wide area network, local network. These are IT things actually, and then you have environment engineers. Okay, so my point is that try to collaborate with other disciplines. Try to form a task force. In my language, what we call a task force. Task force is that putting people from different disciplines to join hands together, okay, to handle a common problem. Is it clear to all of you? Next, focus on fundamentals. Focus on fundamentals because technology will change. So I'll give you an example of one example I want to show you is the MIS report. Okay, what is an MIS report? This is a report which is given to the management and to the different project manager, different project leader to work on a daily basis, to take a decision based on the data. Okay, and this MIS software has started from Excel sheet. You know Excel, all of you use Excel. It was done in Excel. Then it moved to MIS software. Nowadays it is dashboards, BI dashboards. So anybody heard about Power BI? Tableau, you know about that? So now we have reached that stage. Now again with AI ML, it will again get transformed. So now Power BI, Tableau, which is currently being used, will now again evolve. So that is why my clear question is that please focus on fundamentals. So now on the backend database will be a SQL. So my humble request is that please learn SQL. Whether there will be change in technology, you have to learn SQL. Another thing, C++ must be one of your subject language. If you have studied in +2, fine, you enrich it because that will be also used in the backend. Okay, so what I am trying to tell you is that focus on the fundamental. The third thing which I want to tell you is that please communicate. Okay, so why communication is very important? Because tomorrow you want to present a design to the management, talk to another disciplines. Okay, convince your team. Like I have got a team, I want to convince them. If I don't talk, simply stand silently. Whether the team will understand what I am saying. If I show a angry face, he will say that he is laughing or he is happy today. So you need to know how to communicate. Okay. So another thing which I want to tell you is that so here 3-4 areas you need to focus is accent utilization. Any idea what is accent utilization? How many of you know British English, American English? Do you watch movies? Do you understand it or you read the subtitles? You understand it? How many of you understand it? Oh, very nice. So that is called accent utilization. That means you will be able to understand because your customers are not only Indians, not only Asians. There are customers which are also what American customers. British customers you can do. British English is almost same like us. You can manage it. So accent utilization is important. And also I want to tell you that please focus on some foreign languages because like Japanese, if you learn Japanese, a lot of Japanese companies are here in India. Like for example, nearby home in Noida, we have got a Samsung factory which they are manufacturing the chips. So if you learn Korean language, what is wrong with that? You watch movies in Korean movies in Netflix? You watch or not? Or you watch? Don't watch? Many people are watching it. There are a lot of good movies. So why not learn the Korean language? Similarly, French, Spanish, and German. Okay, so these will help you. Not now. You will recall after 10 years that sir, I should have learned that French language or this Japanese. Okay, like in India, we learn Hindi or we go to a mother tongue. Somebody has got Bengali, somebody Telugu. Different languages like that. Fourth thing which I want to tell you is that don't be afraid of not knowing. So whenever you join any new company, it is not that you know everything 100%. Okay. Once you join there, you will start learning and you will know what is the gap. Okay. Like now you have joined IGDP. So don't be afraid of not knowing that this person knows what is facing. I am not aware what is facing. Don't be afraid. You know the gap and then figure out. And the next thing which I want to tell is that please maintain your learning curve. Continuous learning. Okay. So I want to tell you, please focus on one thing, that is certifications. Okay, you have a lot of certification in cloud, programming, AI/ML, networking, data science, any area you pick up. Like you take cloud, you have got Azure, you have got Google. All of these have a lot of certifications. So please focus on that. Second thing is that please focus on the which I talk about is that please go to different companies, okay, and take those training. This will help you. Like I gave an example of production line. Okay, internship is very crucial. Okay. So your organization, this university will give you some opportunity, but if you are getting more opportunity, please do that. Then please join our tech clubs. Okay. And the most important thing is that do in a interdisciplinary mode. Okay. So you want to develop a drone. So what do you think? Who are the people who are going to work on the drone program? Electrical engineer, mechanical engineer, IT. So form a multidisciplinary approach and try to learn. So take a problem and then start working that. Okay. So I'll give an example. Like IIT Delhi during the COVID time, they were not forcing the students or the professor to come to the office. So whoever come, their only one thing was that COVID. So they all started working on different technologies by which we can prevent the COVID. So they invent a lot of masks, okay, then a lot of products, medicines, vaccines, okay. Whatever is possible within that limit, they try to. So my point here is that so you keep an objective in mind, okay, and keep an urgency to that because that is what the industry is looking. And before I close, I want to show you one more topic and then we'll move on. So let's talk about 2-3 minutes about AI. What do you think now currently? Have you read what is the software development life cycle? Have you studied in the class right now? No, no, no study. So first what we do, we talk to the customer, collect the requirements, write the requirements document, then we prepare the low-level design, high-level design document, then we start coding, then testing, and then we do the testing. So what is happening in the AI ML? Can you tell me? With the advent of AI ML, what will happen? You are following this life cycle, software development life cycle. What will happen with it? That will be very interesting. Okay, how it is happening. So I talk about our software called stars. Talk about our software called stars. What will happen? You just upload that document. Stars, there is a document. Like if you want to book a airline ticket, there is a procedure how to book a airline ticket like that. There is a document about stars. So this tool Claude or Gemini, or your this OpenAI ChatGPT, what they will now learn that tool. Correct? Now, when you go to a customer and start discussing with them about the new requirement. So, recording in your mobile, okay, or in your MS Teams. So that recording will happen. The customer will say, "I want this feature. These changes have to happen. I want this." So once that recording is done, and already MS Office is integrated with Claude, or you upload that, so automatically it will prepare the requirements document for you. Now imagine earlier you are writing that requirements document. Now it is automated that system. Okay. Now next code generation is happening. After we prepare the code generation, then I ask about testing. They told that they are also writing the test cases. They are able to do the testing. So this is how things are getting reinforced. So now you think in that scenario, now we may study the SDLC, but in AI things are changing. Things are changing. And so you program yourself right now. Assuming that you are also one of the AI agent, okay, you program. And if you are now working on AI, start with the new lower version of this. It's called BOT. You know about BOT? Robotic Process Automation. You know, to start with RP first. Okay, then move to the next is the AI. Okay, clear to everybody? That is how it will work. So before I end this session, I just want to give you one example of AI ML use, then we will close this. So whenever you go for an interview in a company, what you will do? First you will apply. You go LinkedIn, you go and apply there. Then your resume will go to that company. Then they will scrutinize you. Then they will give you a call or send you a mail. Okay. And then you will come, appear the interview. Okay. There will be various levels of interview. Now, what AI ML is doing this? So let's get into the interview space. When I go for a interview, 1,000 people were coming, 10,000 people are coming for the interview. Now the person who is taking the interview, he cannot take 100 interviews daily. Okay. Now what has happened, you see, this agent, this AI agent, what they are doing, you're very surprised. A person like will be there, and you are sitting beside me. So I am asking you the question, and you are answering the question that is getting recorded. Second question, that is get recorded. Third question, being recorded. Now, what has happened? Now this person, AI agent will evaluate and reduce the 1,000 to 8 people only. 8 people. 8 people. Okay. Initially, it started with they will go through the resume and first filter. But there was a problem in the resume. Can you tell me what is the problem with the resume? Talking to the person and saying a resume. Any idea? In resume, you can write, I know this, that, but actually you don't know. When you come within that 8 people, and you go and appear the interview, you are able to answer. But now, what is happening? This agent is actually checking this person. Okay. Now it is reducing what? So much of effort. Now these 8 people who will come, they are the cream of the cream. Now the project manager will interview that person and take one of the 3% to 1% whoever. So this is how things are getting rigorous. So there are a lot of examples, and like, so any questions before we close? Any questions?